Hey, a little American version of Britpop. I think we opened this show up with today. It's the Bennington Show. Ron, Gail, Chris.
Could this be the start of Lo-Fi Week?
I have no problem with Lo-Fi Week. No problem at all. Chris, you're the next Lo-Fi picker.
All right. I'll look into it.
Looks like I'll be picking Lo-Fi
Yeah,
Week.
looks like...
No, I've got this. Don't worry, Chris.
It looks like once again, Chris is... He's in the deep end. As you know, he's never taught to swim.
I wrote down lo-fi and circled it, so...
Please don't.
That does no good for anybody. The fact that you don't have it off the top of your head means you have no idea what's going on. Sorry, it's not metal, Chris.
Slayer, Rain of Blood?
Oh, boy, I'm looking up at the television screen right now, and it looks like they're trying to protest out another Donald Trump rally. That has become the new trend, the new it thing to do, the new meme. Let's go to the Trump rally and say something.
Has this ever happened before, that this intensity of protests?
More. You forget that there was a time called the 1960s.
Yeah, but this level of intensity, well, during the actual elections?
George Wallace ran for president in this country.
Touche.
And by the way, they shot and killed Bobby Kennedy.
Okay. Good point.
For some reason, our lack of history, though. And it's not just you. It's people that were alive then and are now on CNN saying we've never seen this kind of discourse in our country. Even the 2000 election got crazy. You know, when we didn't have anyone to hand it over to, we all acted like, we'll never forget this election. And fucking 16 years later, we've all forgot that election completely.
Right.
Hang a chat. Or as Chris calls it, hanging lip, a story that he's tried to push on us constantly.
Well, Selena Gomez was caught in a bit of a lip slip.
Chris,
disgusting.
You are
late
so
last week.
effing
Why do
gross.
you keep pushing it?
Because it's people are saying there was no lip, and I know that there's a lip there.
Dude, she's 14.
What?
This morning, he's like, let's make sure we talk about that lip slip I've been interested in. Why?
Look at it.
Chris, she's wearing nylons anyway.
You're peeping.
Those aren't nylons, like there, right
How's
there.
the
How's the peep? How's the peeping, Chrissy? Huh? How's the peeping?
First of all, from what I can tell of that is maybe I see the mound there, but I'm not seeing.
It's a fine
lip.
mound.
Oh yeah,
but she's no, she's tightened up. You can't even see anything.
There's a lip right there.
There
That dark
isn't.
patch.
That's
dark patch is your soul. You're fucking disgusting for looking at upskirt.
Also, why
shots.
did you press the screen that hard that it had to?
There's now a dead pixel on the screen where I've been pressing.
Stop pressing it.
I feel more people should be talking about this.
No one should be talking about it.
No.
Because it's a disgusting thing. It's up on the iBang. And is Selena Gomez famous for a reason?
I think she's a singer and she dated Justin Bieber. That's all I know about her.
Yeah.
I saw her in a movie, though.
She was in Spring Breakers.
And the amount of peeping that people are doing to that couple's genitals, it's unbelievable.
How's the paper, Chrissy? How's the paper?
Also, it's not a
I
lip.
just thought of something. Chris doesn't even know the movie.
What's the movie, Chrissy?
Don't know the movie.
Oh, God, Chrissy. How's the paper?
How's the paper, Chrissy?
I can't believe he's wearing that jacket. Corduroy jacket in Italy.
It's so Chris, too.
I'll say whatever I want about him. I don't care if he even takes a statue head and kills me with it.
It's a mound, Chris, and it's a mound that we shouldn't be looking at.
It's definitely a mound we shouldn't be looking at.
And he's blown it up so big on the screen.
I've blown up so big that you can't deny there is a lip there, a vaginal lip.
Vaginal lip.
Dude, why are you doing
Labia
this?
majora.
It's a fucking Monday. I get so much work to do this week. I got 2 unmasked. Okay?
I know.
Why is it
I can't sit around and hear about lip.
We can't even make it 10 minutes into the show without him saying the term labia majora. Every week.
Every show. Every fucking show he does. All right, let me just text Don Wickman. Pull the trigger.
What trigger? Trigger on what?
Your employment.
Oh, fuck.
And guess what?
Yeah.
I'll use this clip so that you'll never work in this business again.
I said labia majora. I was being classy.
Try to do that in terrestrial radio, and you're done for a lifetime. There's a $250,000 fine.
Oh, God. For being anatomically correct? Seems ridiculous.
Yeah, there's plenty of things that are ridiculous in this world. It's like Marco Rubio is selling maple syrup right now instead of doing the major thing.
What's he doing?
He's heading to the private sector, is what that cocksuck's doing. He's dropped his fucking shock jock thing, and he's acting like, Trump's a shock jock. I'm like, you just were last week.
Yeah, last week. You were trying to be a schoolyard bully.
You did pissy pants jokes.
He's panicking. He should just step out.
And
He's far from panicking. He's settled in to a realization.
Not going to work out.
Yeah.
For little Marco.
Fucking Trump isn't even going to Florida. He doesn't even have to go down there, it looks like.
He's not worried about
He's like, why would I go down there when I'm just running against that asshole? I got to get to Ohio, North Carolina. This fucking election is exhausting because everyone talks about it all the time. And then I find myself watching 6 hours of it for no reason.
Yeah.
That thing when they bum rushed Trump the other day, forget about it. That's all my weekend was. Slowing it down.
What
See it if
happened?
I saw a knife anywhere. Yeah, my favorite part of this, first of all, they said that Trump acted so bravely. I thought I saw him look a little scared. I'm going to be totally honest.
He definitely recovered quickly, but that look
the
right
initial
there.
thing was, am I being shot or stabbed?
Yes.
And you can't blame him for that. But I like when the Secret Service does the outside ring around the rosy.
Yeah.
I've never even tried that when I was a kid.
Face forward, looking out.
Yeah. With your butt against the Trumpster. Put the dumpster on the Trumpster is their fucking motto of protection.
Dumpster on the Trumpster!
Now that guy's a fucking asshole because when you saw the picture of him, the anger in his face as he's bum rushing Trump.
Oh,
You know what I mean, it isn't like a fun thing. It's got a nice wave from Andy.
Oh, nice.
You know who I want to hook up with, Andy, right? Is our guy.
Cash?
Yeah. Now, does Cash do any? Have you guys trained him to run the board at all?
He's been learning, yeah. He's been learning just to, supervised.
Like, yes, supervised, of course.
You don't just leave him alone.
You can't have any fucking. You can't have any intern just fucking run the board.
Take care of this, Cashmere. I'm going to go smoke.
Cashmere, I want you to run the board, stay on the air, follow this newspaper. Everything that the Bennington Times says, make sure you finish. Extra, read all about it. The Bennington Show's on today.
You know, there's a guy who, at the subway stop that I get off at, what's the free newspaper that they're always pushing in the morning on the trains?
AM New York.
Yeah, he has AM New York, and he actually does like a newsy call. Like, he reads headlines.
Wait, you're saying
like, protester makes a dive for Trump. Like, I
pay a guy $1 a day for that fucking paper.
Either that or it's Metro something. I can't remember.
There's two. AM New York and Metro.
Paper lady?
Oh.
Free paper. That's usually what people
They put the dumpsters on the Trumpsters. Read all about it.
I gotta see this.
Speaking of which, you know how I'm not a big musical fan?
Yes.
But then I see a fucking commercial today for Cagney the musical.
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
I'm a Yankee Doodle Dog. And I'm like, I think I want to fucking dress up like a 1930s newsboy and go to this.
I love a musical.
Do you really?
I don't know how that happened, but I do. I love Book of Mormon. I love Les Mis. Fucking love
really?
Yeah.
Love it.
I thought your favorite musical was Les Lib.
I loved Ha the musical. I love that Fela musical. I've only seen musicals.
You thought Ha the musical was good?
I liked it because it was a musical.
No. I liked, first of all, this thing was horrendous, but friends of ours read it, so that was funny.
Now, did you see Les Mis on Broadway?
No, I just saw the movie. Thought it was great.
Okay.
Everyone's shit all over Russell Crowe. I thought
That
it was good.
surprises
See,
me.
I don't
though.
feel like I've seen the musical if I see the movie. I feel like I got to be at the theater
Yeah.
to see the musical.
What do you want to see right now that's out there, Chris? Is there a musical that you'd like to see?
I don't know. I don't know new ones that come out. I just know whenever I get put on to one, I like it.
Too bad you didn't see Rocky the musical because it was unbelievable.
Probably would have loved it.
If a musical that I was dragged to that I thought was unfucking believable, and this is embarrassing even to say, Jersey Boys.
Really?
There is a fucking scene in Jersey Boys, right, where they act like they're playing to a theater and you're seeing them from behind, and you're
Like you're backstage.
like you're backstage for the concert. That fucking made me feel like I started tripping.
I love when there is a good effect like that they play with.
Dude, you should have went to Rocky the Musical. The fucking
Wish I
ring
had.
was swinging around and it came out into the seats and then started turning around.
Holy shit.
And you know what I did? Fucking yell at people. We don't cheer for Apollo Creed. They're fucking cheering for Apollo Creed.
What were they doing?
Like when he was coming down, they're all clapping and shit. Because people, I go, no, if this is Rocky Horror, we boo Apollo Creed.
Yeah.
I'm trying to fucking teach common decency to a fucking bridge and tunnel crowd.
They don't understand.
No.
They're just happy to be there.
Sure. After this, we're getting a bagel, piece of cheesecake.
Big city.
Yeah. A big day in the city, Mom. Mom, we're in the city.
We're going to make a night of it.
Let's stop for a hot dog on the street. Fuckers.
I want to see that Fun Home. That's the one I want to see.
I want to see that too.
Every couple weeks, I just think about. I've heard one song from Fun Home,
Yeah, it's great too.
and every couple weeks, I'm like, I'm going to watch that song again, and then I just cry.
Well, you know what? You remind me of that kid.
Yeah, that was.
You're the Fun Home.
I wish that I had come to the same realization.
that kid is very. Hey, how thrilled were you last night watching The Simpsons?
That was incredible. That was the coolest thing.
Yeah.
Tom Sharpling and John Worster of The Best Show on The Simpsons. And then the best part was the last bit of the show. They have like a moment where their characters are kind of riffing and they're in the car and they take off. And the shot has like the Best Show sticker on the back.
It's unbelievable.
It's the coolest thing.
It was truly like I didn't know whether they were going to be more or less voice extras or what,
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be very possible that they were going to have one short scene, but they were like pretty decently featured throughout, and then they kind of steal the show at the end of the episode.
It's almost like if Albert Brooks, when he gets to do a voiceover, they got that kind of respect. It was really, really great. I was very happy for them.
It was very exciting.
I was happy for them and sad for us at the exact same time.
Well,
because I think it was between them and us.
Well,
to get that.
I had tweeted out congratulations to them. And then the Simpsons Twitter account responded to me and said, thanks for watching. And then someone had responded to that. By the way, at The Simpsons, Gail is a great voiceover talent and should be featured. It's like, stop it. This is about Tom Sharpling right now.
That was great, though. Very happy for him. Sad for us.
Yeah, so sad for us.
Well, this is the other thing, too, that I'm sad for us. So, I'm leaving the other day. And who's the kid that's buddies with Handsome Johnny?
I'm not sure.
Okay. Well, he pops off the elevator just as I pop on, right?
Okay.
So literally, like, you never go to our elevators and the elevators just open up and someone's getting off, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I say, hey, what's happening, dude? And I jump off the elevator. The fucking doors close, and I had never hit the L.
Oh, shit.
So I'm just standing.
It's limbo.
Yeah, in limbo. And I'm like, well, I'll just wait for somebody to hit the elevator. That's got to happen. It ain't fucking happening.
Oh, my God.
So now I take out my phone and I go, I'm going to call Chris or Gail and say, come down and just hit the L for me. And I'm like, that's embarrassing. Somebody's going to hit it the second I put it in. No, it's not fucking happening.
Oh, my God. This is terrifying.
So then I take the thing was, it wasn't terrifying because you're not stuck in an elevator. You just have no one's hit the L. That's it.
Oh my God.
But I'm just sitting there in a box, 36 floors and just hanging by a string. You start to realize, like, hey, this isn't a room. And every time I'm like, I'm going to call you guys, and I'm like, that's fucking dumb. And I'm going, I can't believe that this elevator, no one, and I hear the other elevators running back and forth. And 2 days later, finally, I'm just like,
See, that's terrifying to me, though, because I've been stuck twice in an elevator.
I don't like it.
Once in a foreign country, once in Italy, which, by the way, the elevators over there are not like ours, and it is a coffin. It is a coffin-sized, old-timey, big gates.
What you're saying is don't get in an Italian elevator, and I get that completely.
And then it was in an apartment building, so I'm buzzing the super. The super was out for a nice long lunch, so I was stuck in there for a good 30, 40 minutes. It was terrifying. And I had to yell. I was trying to yell for help, and then the person who came, he's trying to yell to me, but he doesn't speak English.
Oh, Jesus.
So then he had to find a neighbor who spoke English. It was...
Was it like a hatch on top that you try to get through?
No, I did not try to. I'm telling you, this thing was so tiny, and it's like 100-year-old elevator, if not older. It was crazy. I was not moving.
Think about having your story topped that hurts most of all.
Oh, you're in an American elevator, Ron?
It literally was a spacious elevator, and it really wasn't even stuck. But somebody hit it on the 37th, and then they were flipping out when I told them. I'm like, hey,
should we all get off?
Yeah. No, the elevator isn't broken. I just jumped on without hitting an L. I go, no, my daughter wasn't an Italian. By the way, what did the super have for lunch? That's the first thing I would ask.
Pasta, probably.
That's it?
Yeah,
big pasta.
Big pasta.
No meats.
Maybe some meats.
Hey, it's Bonnie and Ronnie tomorrow night. Bonnie McFarlane Unmasked. That's going to be a blast.
That's happening tomorrow at 8 p.m. at the Village Underground in New York City.
I cannot wait.
Here's how you get a chance to get tickets. Go over to the ibang.com, theibang.com. Sign up. Your chance to get tickets.
And a free book and book signing afterwards.
That's right. Free book.
I'm going to be there.
Signed.
With my book.
Are you?
Ready for the signing.
Make sure you tell her how to spell Gail, because a lot of people misspell that word.
It's very common.
I'm working on this, too. Over on the Times Square, I'm going to try to get this down. Puppy Monkey Baby is going to be in Times Square. And if we get Monkey Baby to come to that, it'll be really great.
I don't understand why. I saw it in Times Square the other night, which, by the way, I was on my way out to Caroline's to see Eddie Pepitone. That's why I was out there, which was phenomenal. But I'm walking through Times Square, and you know how they have the like Mickey Mouse, and it's all like really weird looking. Now there's a Puppy Monkey Baby, and it's terrifying. And first of all, I don't like the original, let alone a live action version. And people were so excited. Sure. They want to take pictures with it. Why is it happening?
I don't like that this Puppy Monkey Baby's wearing tights. You should be bare-legged out there.
Well, it's cold. Probably will be in this summer.
Very good.
There he is, right in front of our building.
Yeah, too close.
Fucking creep.
Look how it just stands there.
How many hits has this thing got?
On YouTube. YouTube hits. 109.
It's nothing. No one gives a shit about that thing.
I wish that they didn't.
Look at Trump and Christie. I never saw anyone on stage sitting in lounge chairs. This is really nice. It really makes me angry about our chairs.
That looks like their grandmother's house for like Thanksgiving dinner. They're just like, oh boy, great meal.
Oh, boy, we're killing Rubio. Good turkey, huh, Christy?
They look like they're finally breaking the ice there. They were very uncomfortable at first together.
I still think they are. I don't know what the fuck Christy's done with his career.
He sold his soul.
Only Rubio has run his own career fucking shittier than Christy. Chris, you know who you're voting for?
I'm voting for Donald Trump as of right now.
For just on the Republican side or overall?
Overall.
Trump.
I thought you were a Rubio guy, being from Puerto Rico and Minnesota. Beats. Gail?
Trumpy dance.
Right now, I'm probably going Hillary or Bernie. You know why?
Why?
Contrarian. I like to bet for the loser, so I can have something to bitch about for 4 years. Like, you guys fucking happy with Trump?
This is our victory lap.
We just got hit by 2 nukes.
Now, I'm actually going to write in Trumpy dance, so I'm not sure if it's actually going to count
make
for
sure
him.
He gets it.
But that is what I'm going to do.
You think he can win New York?
No, I don't.
I do.
He'll win New York.
Oh, you mean, yes, in the primary, yeah.
No, in the
General?
Yeah. Because he's saying he thinks he can win New York.
I don't think he can.
He says, can you imagine?
No.
Can you imagine a Republican winning New York? I think I can do it. And then he says there's a lot of upstate.
There's a lot of upstate, and there's a lot of Staten Island.
And Long Island. Long Island is
that's
very, very red.
And he has supporters in the city. When I'm wearing that Trump hat out, people are like, oh, yeah, go Trump.
Those are tourists.
Called tourists, you fucking dumb fuck.
Tourists. You hang out in Midtown, Chris.
They love it.
Midtown's his town, is what he likes to say. Danny DeVito introed Bernie Sanders, and it's one of the funniest little things that you'll ever see. It's up on the iBang there today. But it was very, very strong. I mean, even if you don't like Bernie Sanders, you do gotta like Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Let's give a little volume on that. He had to stand on a box like a child. Place going ape shit.
They're going nuts.
I love you guys. I love you guys. I love you because we hear from Bernie. And I'm here because you're here. Because I feel. A man who speaks the truth. A man who's got the knowledge. A man who's been there for us since the beginning of his career. I am very, very excited tonight to introduce to you the next president. We need you, Obi-Wan.
We need you, Obi-Wan. All right, here's the thing about that. That would make sense, Danny, if you were in a Star Wars movie. But you weren't.
He likes them so.
He's our Judd Hirsch from Taxi. I mean, it doesn't make sense. I've now switched my vote. I am voting for Bernie Sanders.
Immediately after seeing that.
Bernie Sanders?
Sanders has my vote.
Joe?
I'm going with Bernie Sanders.
All right, that's three. Chris?
Bernie.
I'm still Trump guy.
Vito?
I'm sticking with Trump.
Okay,
Okay.
3-2 now. Bernie Sanders. Do the latest poll. We'll put the poll up every day.
He's got him.
But did you hear when he called him Obi-Wan? That's
Yeah.
the thing. You probably didn't hear that part.
I mean, if he was a hologram, it would make sense.
That's how he should have came
Plus,
out.
I don't want to vote for Trump because he leads to people punching each other.
Yeah.
And I saw that all weekend.
Everybody likes a little blood sport.
Where will this end? Revolution? They literally, instead of reporting the news, they try to predict the future.
What
So
happens next?
in Chicago, where, look, anybody who was a kid had to admit you would have loved to go down there and shut that thing down. I mean, even if I was a Trump backer, I would just fucking turn my head around and just start chanting with them because it looks like a blast.
Yeah, it looks fun. Of course. And then you shut that shit down.
But they immediately said, will this lead to blood in the street? And should Trump take all the blame? And they all decided, yeah, you should.
You should take 100% of the blame. But it was funny. I flipped on MSNBC over the weekend and they had just made a montage of the amount of times that he encouraged it. Because then he's like, I don't condone it, but I'm not going to take responsibility. And they're like, okay, well, why don't you just watch this? And it's him being like, I'm going to punch him. And then it's like, if he does anything, tear him apart. Like, it's just like, it's increasingly more horrible.
Right. Kill them! But how does that lead to 2,000 people showing up in the middle of his rally going crazy? You know what I mean? Like, those people in Chicago did not come to protest Trump. They came to stop his rally. So one does not lead to the other. Does Trump say a lot of stupid stuff? Yeah, even Trump admits that. He's a fucking idiot. But none of that should lead to people stopping your rally from taking place.
Right. The freedom to assemble goes on both sides. They should be allowed to assemble just like you're allowed to assemble outside to say you don't support it.
That's how a protest happens, outside.
Yeah.
But when all those people just bum rush that, and you can't act like, oh, the people that were going there decided that they were upset. These fucking people literally went into there under false pretenses and like they were fans, and then tried to stop it from happening at all. I wish he still would have went up there and just said, I don't know whether we can win, but let's get those fuckers.
Get them!
There's a lot of them this time, instead of all of us on one.
Paint the walls with the blood.
I might be back to Trump.
Yes.
It might be time to do a new poll. I don't know if that last poll could be going.
Hold on, Obi-Wan. Remember that?
You know what? Well, I saw maybe the funniest fucking political thing of my life, that Hillary Clinton SNL thing where she turns into Bernie Sanders.
So perfect.
It was so fucking funny. And that was so her. That she will just adapt. Is that what you people want? Then we're giving it to you.
Yeah. No one's more liberal than me.
Really, really funny shit. It was a very good SNL, don't you think?
It was a really solid SNL, and I was very close to kind of brushing it off, thinking that it was
Ariana Grande.
Yeah, because I'm always concerned about when it's the double musical guest slash
and
guest
she's
host.
22, and she walks out and she leans to the left the whole time. Hi, everybody.
Where are you going?
What's wrong with you? Have you ever met someone or seen someone in your life with such a powerful singing voice that has such a weak speaking voice? She's like this. I don't know if I can breathe enough to get across anything I'm trying to say. And this voice just pops out of her.
Yeah, I don't know how that's possible.
Well, there was a close-up of her, and she just has this mouth cave, and her throat gets very, very wide. So everything is coming from
it's like a bird
chest.
call.
Yeah. It really was a bird call.
Yeah.
It's a good call. So she just bird called it out. But, here's my theory. Saturday Night Live is at its best. It's absolute best when they don't have a funny host. And it's at their worst when they do. Do not watch when it's Chris Rock. Watch if it's a fucking guy who drives a bus for a living.
Now, why do you think that is? Do you think it's because the writers say, okay, we have a special circumstance where this person is not typically funny. Let's look at their strengths, and they kind of...
No, because if you look at it, that girl played bit parts the whole night. It was really about the cast themselves. Which,
right.
Let's face it, did the cast ever need a guest host? No. They never have in history.
No.
That just fucking just drags the show down. I know it's been 40 years, but I want to change the format. And I'm getting rid of the host. No, that show is funny because they have funny writers and funny performers.
Yeah.
Not because whoever the fucking, Tom Hanks shows up.
But you're right. It really
you.
does make people step up their game for sure. Because
Or is their game torn down every other week? Do the sketches not get on?
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh, I don't know. We can't fucking fit whoever it happens to be into this.
Yeah, because maybe you would say, oh, we don't have time to go through, a third sketch where it doesn't involve her. Like the Hillary bit didn't involve her.
Right. And they're going to go, why would we do that this week? We have fucking, somebody big here. You know what's always funny to me is like when they have a Kevin Hart on the show and it suddenly becomes a black show. You know what I mean? The black actors are working in every sketch. You see them just exhausted.
They're like, can I get one sketch to take a break?
Can I get some water, please?
No.
I'm in 11 sketches tonight.
Or just dressing them quickly. Get back out there.
This time you're his wife.
Put these MC Hammer pants on and get out there.
You just see, the white stars are just coming in. They just play like a fucking cab driver or a delivery guy. Delivery! And then they're out of there. All right, I'm ready to vote now.
Hillary?
Yeah, I guess Hillary, because of what happened, that sketch was so great.
Now, did you see this thing over the weekend where Hillary said she had made a statement at one of her rallies, and she said, where was Bernie Sanders in 1993 and 94 when I was trying to, I was fighting for health care. And within seconds, people immediately start putting up the pictures of her speaking, and he's standing right behind her.
Where was he?
Where was he? It's like, hey, he's right there. And even there's like moments where she's like, and I want to thank Bernie Sanders so much for all he's done. It's like, right there, Hillary.
You know why she was doing that over the weekend? This is how she also fucked up. She said that Nancy Reagan led the fight against AIDS and opened the thing.
Oh, no.
And I'm like, first of all, the Reagans didn't give a fuck about AIDS. Oh, and by the way, neither did you and your fucking husband, Bill Clinton.
Yeah. You remember Bill.
I remember a speech where they just went like this. I guess all the gays will just die in the street.
It's a different time then. They did not just stand.
It's too hard to come up with some kind of medicine.
Yeah, I mean, I'm surprised that she would say that because if you picked up a paper, went on any website, Twitter was blowing up, a lot of people were saying, hey, while you're, saying Nancy Reagan was so great, this is something that she did that was awful, that she swept that kind of stuff under the rug.
You could actually say she was great, but not say she was great with AIDS. She wasn't. You could, there's plenty of nice things to say about Nancy Reagan without going like this. And she was also the first person to walk on the moon. Nancy Reagan, number one in the moon shots. This fucking country is going crazy. They're mad at Clinton today. She says we're going to get rid of all the coal mining jobs.
Jesus Christ.
They will not work.
Get rid of them.
Close them down with them still in the mine.
All right,
that's what.
Chris,
go look at lip shots. See if you can find a Hillary
Bring up
lip
your
shot.
lip shot. That's what you want.
Hillary lip slip. .com.
You know what? You're still working on fucking the other time zone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I haven't. None of my clocks changed. I was all thrown off.
It's weird because this year I feel it affected me more than it has other years. Like it definitely, I don't feel quite right. But that being said, all the complaining people do about it, it's well worth getting the sunlight. I need that sunlight. I suffer all winter long. I hate that it starts to get dark at 4 p.m. in the winter.
Well, it does only in December, no other time. We're already heading in the other direction now. It's been light a lot. And two, I like the idea if it's 4 o'clock, I might as well be in for the night. You know what I mean? I don't want to.
You like the darkness.
Well, yeah, I do. First of all, the sunlight hurts my eyes. And secondly, people can see what you're up to in the sunlight. And I like to slip in and out of the darkness.
You are sneaky. You're a night man.
Yeah. Night man. Whoa. That was terrible. We all hit this note that doesn't exist.
We all went 3 different places on that.
The note that we hit does not exist for the human ear. Whoa! It's time to change. Logan wants to drop a dime. Logan, what's up, buddy?
Hey, I just hadn't heard anybody talking about this, but I'm pretty sure I caught Ariana Grande drop shit in the middle of her. She didn't drop shit.
Ew, she took a dump?
No,
Oh.
she actually said the word shit, which, by the way, I don't care about.
Doesn't matter.
I have cable.
I probably did hear it, and it didn't mean anything to me. I feel like they should be allowed to do it.
Well, they are. No one's going to find them or do anything. Go ahead and play it. They're saying it. I don't think she should write it into the song, though. Like, it's one thing if she mistakenly said it. Who's dancing behind her? Just her own dancers?
Yeah. It's her crew.
Is it a crew or a squad?
I guess it's a squad now. Showing my age by calling it a crew.
Dance squad.
Every Sunday, I got my own God squad. We all get together.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Yes.
They worship me.
Oh, you're the God of the God squad.
Yeah, I mean, it's only 4 of us. I'm not trying to start a new religion. I just want these people. It's 4 chicks.
Right.
It's a sick thing we're into. Shouldn't even bring it up right now. To me, this is the most exciting thing in comedy, and I find it hysterical. So they're already going for a new colonel. They're pushing Gaffigan out.
Yes.
Now, here's the deal.
Quick.
Gilbert's fans have started a Facebook for Gilbert to be the new colonel, and Artie Lang's fans have started a Facebook for Artie Lang to be the new.
Oh, no.
So we should do this as a silent vote because they both done the show.
Yeah.
And they're both some of my favorite people in the world.
Okay.
So I'll collect. Jam Band, you're voting on this as well. For the first time ever, it'll be legal for an intern to vote.
You should feel honored about that, Jam Band. Seriously. I know all you care about is fish. Okay.
All right, send them all in. I'm gonna count them up here.
Here's my silent vote.
Thanks. Well, this is a Chris. Chris voted for Gilbert over Artie. I'm very.
Oh my God, Chris!
And Artie is fucking great to us. I'm just saying.
Shit!
What?
Been exposed. I thought it was a secret vote. No one would know.
I'm going to do this just like Survivor.
Okay.
No, we already know Chris has voted for Gilbert. The next vote, Artie.
Oh.
Tied.
The next vote, Artie.
Yep, looking bad for Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Oh, tied.
Oh. Back to tie.
Artie.
All right.
And the next person voted off the island is Artie.
Oh, no. Gilbert out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now I got to try to guess who the other big Gilbert fan is.
I'm on the wrong side of history yet again.
It's an embarrassing thing to admit. Again.
You're on the wrong side of history. You're on the wrong side of math. You're on the wrong side of phys ed.
It happens, you know. You get to.
How's your chest doing? You've been coughing a lot.
I'm coughed up a lot of like mucus over the weekend.
Maybe you got a cold.
I went to the doctor.
Why are you saying that's so weird? I went to the doctor.
It's the first day you got a script.
Why'd you put that in quotes?
He's not off book yet. Just let him deal for a while.
They said I'm not sick. I just smoked too much. And then they jabbed up my arm 4 or 5 times trying to find a vein to pull blood.
Oh, God.
Like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. You people are butchers.
Right in the meats.
Oh, yeah. Meats,
God.
bicep, hand, other arm.
They can't find your vein.
They couldn't find a vein. A doctor was there, a nurse, and then another doctor had to come in to find. Finally, it got me in the hand. Look, they scratched my shit up with the fucking needle. What the
Dude,
fuck?
if you had an arm that just couldn't find a vein, it would be perfect. You can't blame them.
Oh, it's their fault. It's their shoddy practice.
So they're saying it's just a smoker's cough.
Yeah.
Because I've been watching you last week, and you've been directly punching yourself right in like the throat.
Yeah. You get himself breathing.
Right at the top of the sternum there.
Loosen up the goo.
Where was Bernie when I was pushing healthcare? Huh? Behind me.
It's right there.
Making faces, probably. I don't know whether you saw this Philly Fanatic thing. Whose story was this?
It was
Joe's?
yeah.
Yeah. So what exactly was happening?
So Jose Batista challenged the Philly Fanatic to a competition of strengths. And the Philly Fanatic was proved to be a little too much.
This is spring training.
Yeah.
It's just fucking around.
It's goofiness. Silly time.
Like, if I'm a fucking Jays fan, I'm like, look, we don't play these fucking games, dude.
Yeah, I was surprised that he would engage the Fanatic. A lot of people aren't brave enough to do it.
I saw the Fanatic came down and did a AAA game, the Clearwater Tide or something, whatever they call themselves, the Waveheads. So it's part of the field, but it's AAA. And the Fanatic goes into the stands. And he took a baby, an infant, right?
Okay.
And was holding it up, and everybody's going crazy. And then he got on that cart and started to drive off to the center field. I'm not kidding. And you heard an entire stands of people go, no! No!
Oh my God! That's terrifying. Could you imagine?
Now, I've seen the Philly Fanatic since, the 70s. And I got to tell you, there's nothing I hate worse in the world than the fucking Philly Fanatic.
Well,
I'm trying to watch a fucking game, dude.
You know what's always bothered me about the Philly Fanatic?
The fact that it doesn't belong there.
Well, there's something very specific, and it seems like all generations of the Philly Fanatic have the same thing, where because he has this big round belly, like a lot of the jokes are hump related, and he gets that belly moving, and
It's
then
like Eastside Dave.
It's really weird.
Dave does the same thing.
And it may
the
be
same movement. But, here's the thing. I don't like the fucking Fanatic for the same reason. I don't want to see somebody slide into Kermit the Frog. It doesn't fucking belong there.
Because what you're saying is the game is not entertaining on its own. This is your entertainment.
This freak show monster, whatever it is.
Who bitched the other day that baseball's too slow of a game? It was one of their stars.
Bryce Harper.
Thank you very much, Vito. Bryce Harper says, look, we should be able to celebrate and dance around and do shit like they do in football. Every time he celebrates, the next time he comes up the bat, someone hits him in the neck with a pitch. They fucking do not put up with anyone celebrating. He's not even allowed to watch his home run, or else he's going to get hit in the ass with a fucking ball.
I didn't even realize that was a thing, and you told me that you're not even allowed to watch your home run.
Why are you showing the guy up?
Yeah, if you look at it, then that's a sign of disrespect, and a lot of times even just the next guy is gonna.
It happens all the time. It'll be the next guy gets hit. First of all, if two guys in a row hit a home run, the third guy's getting fucking hit.
Shut that shit down real quick.
Yeah.
Well, Batista, who was just dancing with the Philly Fanatic, he caught all that shit because he fucking watched the home run in the playoffs last year.
That's the fucking problem. He's the Philly Fanatic.
Yeah.
And he wants to fucking be it. Why don't you just try to be fucking happy you're a baseball player that makes $17 million a year? Do you also need, besides that, to watch your home run while you pull your fucking shirt up and show your belly? Is that the fucking fun thing in life?
He's a douchebag, and so are the fucking Toronto Blue Jays fans.
I thought the Jays were going to go all the way last year, to tell you the truth.
They got shut down. It's because of Bautista's showboating. What a bum, huh? Look at what an asshole.
Oh, I remember that now.
Yeah.
He was the guy who chucked the bat, and everyone was very upset about it.
Yeah.
Even him just staring it down.
Bryce Harper wants to fucking let off a fucking fireworks every time that he fucking hits something. He wants to throw fireworks in his face. I get where he's coming from. It is an old man's game, baseball. It's an old man's game.
Yes. America's favorite pastime, but it's like an old-timey American favorite pastime at this point. Like, it's more tradition than it is a true reflection. Like, I think America's favorite pastime now is probably football. I mean, I think that most...
Oxycontin, by far. Oxycontin is their favorite. Well, the favorite sport in football, and the overtaking probably was late 60s, early 70s.
Yeah.
Probably just about the time that the Super Bowl gripped in. I'm going to say Joe Namath beating the Colts was it. From that point on. And Monday Night Football started right after that. Now, it doesn't mean that a lot of people don't like baseball. But the people who watch it take their grandchildren to the game.
Yeah. It's a family affair.
Well, I don't know, because it is a family affair, but it's so fucking expensive. It used to be cheap. Like, somebody went to Yankee Stadium yesterday, and they saw a soccer game there. Whatever that team that is. And I'm like, how much was that? And they go, oh, I don't know. It's more than the other one is, the Cosmos. It's like $25 a seat. Like $25 a seat, you can take a family to. Yeah. Fucking baseball. You're locking in $500-600 by the time you get the family in and out with food. And parking. Parking is like $50-75 at most of these places.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's insane. But that's still a lot cheaper than football, right? I mean, football's got to be the most expensive.
No, not necessarily. Football's
Really?
about the same as baseball for decent seats, I'd say. Basketball might be the most expensive. To be on the floor of a basketball game is fucking ridiculous.
It's thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's thousands of dollars to sit, like, with your feet on the rail at a Yankees game. And no one sits there. It's fucking dumb as shit.
All season long, the behind the catcher, it's empty. And it's just staring at it, just being annoyed. And they're not letting anyone else sit down there.
I feel like the Yankees will never have another championship.
I disagree.
I think it's 27 and done. I know the Mets will never have another one.
No, they're bums. It's fucking loser
Who
town.
are you picking to win this year? You going Cubs?
I don't like the Cubs. Because I just don't believe in them. I mean, they're gonna fuck it up. Look what happened last season. They get to the playoffs and they fucking folded.
Yeah, they did fold, but
it was too much for them. I feel
too much for everybody except for one team, dude.
I feel a Royals repeat.
I was actually thinking the same thing. It would be the third year back, right?
Yeah.
We're fucking good as shit last year. Hey, you doing that $1 million, whatever the hell it is, March Madness?
Oh, you're bracketing it up, yeah.
It's free, and it's $1 million if you hit, right?
Yeah. Why wouldn't I fucking jump into that? And that's some sweet action.
Oh, God.
Because you stink at everything.
I feel like this is my year for March Madness. I feel really good about it.
Is there no thrill for you, though, because you can't lose anything?
You know what? You're going to have to just put your hair on the line again.
You want to do that?
No.
You're cutting your hair shorter and shorter every day. You're not fucking cool anyway. You used to be so fucking cool. Look, they just show the Trump fight from the weekend constantly.
They love it.
That's all they care about.
Yeah, that just played on a loop all weekend long.
It's still playing today. Still playing today.
I like how he was saying that he was blaming Bernie Sanders. He said that all of these people will have Bernie Sanders like stuff, and he's like, I think that they sent him over for it.
Well, they were chanting Bernie's name because I was watching live and loving it. I mean, it was great fucking TV. And then when they actually said they're stopping, that Trump isn't coming in, I'm at my house. Oh, popcorn's flying. I can't fucking believe it. But they were chanting Bernie, Bernie, and then they were doing This Is What Democracy Looks Like.
Right.
And so it was the old Occupy crew.
Yeah.
They said Move On might have had something to do with it. But yeah, those kids are Bernie Sanders people.
Yeah.
They still have hope and change in their fucking brains. The rest of us are too smart for that fucking test.
It's bullshit.
Yeah, nothing's going to happen.
Didn't work out last time.
No, it never works out. I think fucking Washington ran on hope and change. And that fucker was a do-nothing. I mean, nothing changed during his 8 years. It was exactly the same as British rule. And I was all in, being a Philly guy.
Sure.
Having that Congress there. I mean, it was very exciting. That was the first capital. It was fucking just pulled away from us and handed to D.C. You know why?
Why?
It's swampier, they said.
That's the fucking reason. What the hell were they thinking back then?
They were worried that Pennsylvania itself would have too much power. So they invented a city where people could never vote. And they said, this slum, because it will never get any money and any of the help that it needs.
Terrible plan.
All plans are bad, All plans. All right, you also said that Chris Stanley, you caught him moonlighting for Jezebel over the weekend.
Yeah.
What actually happened?
So over the weekend, I'm looking at a Jezebel article, because I read Jezebel. I'm a lady.
Sure.
Why not? And I'm trying to remember what the article was, but it opens with a very familiar catchphrase. I believe it was about Bernie Sanders. It's the Ohio is now allowing 17-year-olds to vote.
Yeah.
So let's just hear the opening line of this Jezebel article.
Bernie Sanders coming for those tasty delegates. Nom, nom, nom.
Oh, you fucking rip-off.
Bullshit, they're ripping me off.
I don't know the truth. But here's the thing. Either you're working for them or you're stealing from them. But I know they're not stealing from you.
They're stealing from me.
I agree.
I was going nom, 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 giving them points. This is fucking delegates? That makes no sense.
All right, we've heard each of your side. I agree with Gail. Joe, where are you on this?
I agree with Gail 100%.
Vito?
I stand with Gail.
All right.
Bullshit.
Consider Gail.
We consider Gail.
The fuck?
And we turn on just them.
I did it before they
You
wrote this article.
embarrassed us,
This
dude.
is embarrassing. This is like...
By the way, now that you can see it in print, isn't it an embarrassing saying?
I know. It's a great saying. Amy Lutkin's ripping me off.
Coming for those tasty delegates.
Like, what? This is bullshit. I'm not going to apply that to a delegate. Makes no sense, Amy.
Why are you yelling at Amy?
Yeah. Here's Tony in
You
Boston.
should be embarrassed.
It's making me look bad.
Hey, Benningtons, how are you?
Hey, man.
Ronnie, watching the other night the whole Trump thing and the fiasco after the in Chicago, it just seemed like when that guy came out to make the announcement, like he was like ready, like he was like starting the brawl, like egging people on, when they said that it was going to be canceled, like he had like last words and just wanted to, start that chaos. That's what
I got news for
me.
you. If our gig was fucking canceled because, let's say, people from Sway's station came over, I'm not going to be happy about it. I'm going to be pissed.
It's like, what the fuck?
I'm going to be pissed about it.
You should be losing your shit.
I actually thought this to myself. Is this going to make the Trump supporters even more dug in? Because this isn't a debate that they lost points on. They've just been shouted down.
Well, that's the problem, I think, with a lot of times when they are attacking him in the media or another candidate attacks them, because if you associate with that candidate, then it's a personal attack on you. So, for example, when Hillary and Bernie were asked, and I believe they did it to the Republicans as well during debates, is Donald Trump a racist? No one would say yes, because what they're hoping to do is when those people no longer have Trump, the idea is to win those people over somehow.
Right.
So if you're calling Trump a racist and you're a supporter of Trump, it's as though you're calling them. So that's what makes the whole thing so tricky, is that when you're attacking the candidate, sometimes it makes the people double down on them.
I would say this, a lot of Hillary's supporters in the South seem to be racist. It seems like they don't want a Jew. Because there's no way he should be losing 85-15 and then winning Michigan. You know what I mean? Like, there's something more we're not hearing when it's 85-15. Even if it was 60-40, I wouldn't call them racist.
There's a reason. He's the first Jew to ever get a delegate, right? The first Jewish person.
Why are you trying to add anything? No. What could you possibly bring to it?
Also, you know that to be true. So why did you open with a question?
Just making sure.
He wants to start with me saying yes to him.
He wants those good boys.
I mean, Jews are human beings, right?
Can we all agree on that?
I mean, they do not have horns and leathery wings. I don't ever want you to help with anything, Chris.
Got it. Noted.
Nothing.
All right, I'm going to put that down, write this down, and circle it.
I don't even want you coming to Bonnie and Ronnie.
Oh, I want to come to Bonnie and Ronnie. That's tomorrow night. That's at the Village Underground in New York City at 8 p.m. You go to theinterrobang.com for tickets, and everyone who comes gets a free book and a book signing afterwards. That's Bonnie's book, You're Better Than Me.
Okay, we're not in speed fucking trial here. It's going to be a lot of fun, though.
Bonnie and Ronnie is going to be the social event of the season. Don't be dull. Go to the iBang.
I already found out that Mr. Rich Voss, famous comedian, is going to be there.
Whoa.
And I'm just wondering how long it's going to take for him to grab a mic. Let's do an over or under before Voss feels the need to grab a mic.
All right, give me 14 minutes.
Wow.
I'm going to say 38 minutes. It's going to take a while.
9 minutes.
Come on. 24.
I got 47. Because I would like to talk about her book and the great stories in it before we find out what she didn't cook for Voss or how she's wasting money on a household item.
I feel he's not going to be able to help himself, and you'll hear his voice on the broadcast by 14 minutes in.
Did you see the picture of Mike Myers going like single white female on Steve Martin?
No.
It's up on the iBang. He has dyed his hair and he wears glasses now.
What?
Oh my God.
He showed up. This annoys me about the Trudeaus and their fucking trip, right? Every Canadian gets invited to the fucking White House, right?
Yeah.
Now, if the Obamas invited somebody from PA, I wouldn't get an invite. Like, oh, the governor of Pennsylvania. Let's try to get Bennington to come down there. He's from Pennsylvania. It'll make it a little easier on everyone.
Nice tie-in.
Why does every Canadian fucking show up? And if Canadians are so proud of being Canadians, right?
Yeah.
Why do they leave their country? You could fucking live in Canada and be a movie star.
I think they feel like they're brand ambassadors. They're like trying to throw out that Canadian thing.
No, but they drop it and they'll go and get citizenship. All of those assholes go and get citizenship.
If they get citizenship, then they should get taken away the Canadian citizenship.
No, a lot of times they'll get dual.
I don't like the dual thing. One or the other. I mean, this is.
Oh, I'd love dual. It would be cool though.
I bet it fucks up your taxes, though.
Coming back and forth all willy-nilly whenever I want.
Oh, yeah. It takes almost 18 seconds to get through this. Oh, going Ontario. All right, sir. Have a good time. You didn't bring any drugs or guns with you, did you, sir?
Mm-mm.
See ya.
He bought it.
No one ever goes, some guns and very little drugs.
But yeah, that is a full Steve Martin look right there.
I know, it's freakish.
Especially, I mean, obviously the hair, but even the glasses. It's Steve Martin glasses.
It's literally Steve Martin. And then when he was asked, he goes, I guess I'm just a wild and crazy guy.
Mike.
That's my problem. You just call him Mike? You're that close with him now?
Yeah, Myers? Yeah, Mike.
Man, do you ever see a guy who was so at the top of his game and then was like, this doesn't interest me anymore?
That one movie with Love Guru. That one movie just did him in.
But I don't think he's done in because he does all the Shreks and I think he made a lot of money off of that.
Tons of money. But
you don't see his face anymore.
Are you telling me if you had a Hollywood studio and he came to you with an idea, you wouldn't greenlight? I'd greenlight Just on the name Mike Myers alone.
I mean, me, if I was the head, 3-picture deal, Mike. It's yours. But, they won't put me ahead of a studio.
But I don't think any studios are saying no to him. I just think he lost interest. I mean, look at this fucking Deadpool guy. He's a Canadian, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go back and check. He had like 18 fucking failures before you get to Deadpool.
Yeah. He's going for it. Come on, Mike. Where's your spirit?
By the way,
I want to call him Mike, too.
I think I got Trudeau fever.
No?
I'm not all caught up in this Canadian Kennedy's gimmick that they're doing. Look at the picture of it. Go to the New York Post and look at the picture of... No, maybe it was Huffington Post that they were making a big deal that his wife didn't have a designer bag.
Yes, it was on Huffington Post. I saw it this morning.
Yeah.
And the headline, listen, I'm sure that they're lovely, but the headline was the most annoying thing because it's like reason number 354 why we want to live in Canada. So I'm like interested in that. And I click it and it's because
did the same thing.
Essentially their first lady does not have a $2,000 handbag.
So Trudeau is the name. You can look into that, or Chris, you could help. And should have only taken a second at most. But I want you to look at this. So she had a $50 handbag instead of a $5,000 handbag, and they were all proud of it. But look at this. Let me just ask this. Go to the picture at the bottom. At the bottom of her in the handbag. That's not the picture at all that we're dealing with. This isn't from the Huffington Post. Look at the fucking dress that she's wearing.
Jesus.
What the hell is she thinking there?
It's very confusing. I actually have to get closer because I don't even know what I'm looking at.
Pieces of rubber and just latex.
Combining pink and red is a very risky move, ladies. It can be done, but at your own risk. But I like how her handbag is the reason. That's a reason to move to Canada. So what is it that everybody loves so much about them now?
They're young, and the Trudeaus back in the 70s, his parents, she was a socialite.
Okay.
And he was a heavy liberal. And then the Stones came up there, and I think when the Stones got busted for heroin, well, one of them, Keith, but also Mick fucked the First Lady of Canada. And
what?
Yeah, she apparently had some kind of chemical imbalance. But the deal was he banged this fucking Trudeau's mom.
Now I kind of like him. I never heard that story.
And this guy is like soft-spoken. And then they were making a big deal about him boxing. And it was like the worst boxing match I ever saw in my life.
Like, why was he boxing? Like Romney style?
No, he just likes to box for fun.
Oh.
He goes sideways and he boxes. Look at that crazy fucking thing she's wearing. I mean, the last time I saw that, it looked like something that one of the Heart Foundation was wearing. And I know they're big.
Yeah, sure. With youth.
But this is him, Trudeau, when he comes down to Obama. Justin Bieber, huh? Hockey and Justin Bieber.
Oh, God.
Who screwed Brett? That's what we want to... Who screwed Brett that night in Toronto? Brett screwed Brett. There's baby seals and maple leafs. But it just seems like they do that. And then they're just constantly like, it's good to see that the entire cast of New Kids in the Hall are here. Good to see you guys. Every fucking Canadian you've ever heard of shows up.
Yes, there are a lot of Canadians.
It's great to be here almost 500 miles or kilometers from my home, as we say. But I think it's because they're an attractive young couple.
Yeah. I think that was a part of the Obama's appeal. It was like nice to have a young, attractive president. They wanted to have kids in the little kids in the White House. People seem to like that. It was very, it had the Kennedy vibe about it.
Yeah, and then you get over it fast.
Very quickly.
You know? And there's something where it seems like we like liberal Canadians more than conservative Canadian. We like our Canadians that come in real low. Somebody wrote in that Margaret Trudeau had a beaver shot at Studio 54. See, she was a Studio 54 person.
And that interests you.
Yeah, I'd love to see Margaret Trudeau lip slip.
Let's break. Back a lot more Bennington. Happy anniversary, Birdie. 3 years rocking the bay.
I know, 3 years adoptiversary. Or her birthday, as I call it.
It's gone fast.
I know, I can't believe it. It's like who rescued who, am I right?
You know, sometimes when you rescue a dog, you're rescuing your own soul. Hi, I'm Lionel Puffner. The rescue dogs. When you're busy ignoring human beings, focus on your dog. I only like dogs that are bred and are expensive.
Well, you won't like Birdie then.
Why'd she ever...
Look at her expression.
I know, that's funny, but the fact that her hands are so far up this year on the counter.
Because I had moved this away. I moved the pup cake that I made her farther away so she could sit down and I could get her in her spot, but she just wanted to get at it.
She wants a pup cake.
Yeah.
Well, great news for you then, Birdie.
Yeah. It's a big deal.
Chris, you have anything in your life to live for? Anything that would care if you died today?
When I think about it, no.
I guess Bronx Johnny and other Chris would care.
Right. Your new squad, maybe.
Oh, yeah. Jeff the Sax Man, Mark Zeno, Ryan Sampson from the Morning Mashup.
You know, I can't get on Chris's show. What's it called again?
High Society Radio.
High Society, where they talk about weed and the dark web, and how to buy things on Silk Road, because they call it Silk Road Junior.
How come you don't give out invitations for that? You don't have guests?
But why he's fucking around like that? I've been invited on the bonfire.
Oh, la-dee-da.
Yeah. And something else Big J has offered me.
What's that?
I'm not at liberty to talk about it right now.
Liberty Man? Is that you?
It is me. It's Liberty Man, and I'm back. Also, Davey Mack is asking me to do his show. Biz wants me to stop by. Everybody but Chris.
Yeah, Chris, come on.
You're very busy. Once everything calms down, I want you to come on. I don't want to overload
I'll
you.
never
what about
do that show of yours.
Chris, what about me? I'm not busy. No one's asking me.
Why would that get a laugh?
That's me.
Why would that get a laugh?
Because he thinks it's funny. It's boys only? Is that what it is?
No, it's not boys only. Would you like to come on the show, Gail?
What girls have
I'm
you
looking
had?
at before.
Zero.
Zero females.
You're going to hear this. Sorry, everybody, but I have to put her on.
I mean, aside from the porn segments, then, yeah, zero.
Johnny loves Sextravaganza.
Still doing it?
He brought it back after years. Like, oh, this is a blast from the past.
That was one of the greatest things of all time. Well, I'm glad his boss, Louis J. Gomez, likes it.
Since they're both Hispanic, he calls him El Jefe.
Let me tell you something. The fucking way that your guy, Louis J. Gomez, treated me last time I saw him, disgusting.
What did he do to you?
I was on a podcast. I was invited in. He was on it with a guy from Trauma. They wouldn't even look up at me.
Oh, no.
They shut it down. They got quiet, and they shut it down. And this is before daylight savings, so they didn't even have that.
Excuse. Man, that sucks. I thought, we were all good best friends.
Not anymore. Now we're all Jenny Hutts with each other.
I want to turn this off.
I talked to a friend of mine in Florida, and they said, I saw the Oprah thing. Jenny Hutt gained a lot of weight. I go, the fact is, she didn't. It's the world's only Photoshop to make someone look fatter. I've never seen it happen before.
It's really bizarre.
Really strange.
Not if you're selling Weight Watchers. Then they want to have the next picture of her looking thinner.
Right.
No, I think it was supposed to be a cover for big women.
Yeah.
It's called Plus Side Girls, where my ladies at.
I want to pick that up.
Yeah. It's called Ladies Love Ice Cream, and it's so fucking good.
Chris, there's no lips in it, so you're not going to like it.
Disgusting.
You never know until you buy the magazine.
What?
You ever notice that he's too busy with that new show of his
Yeah.
to even focus on ours? I'm going to type that back to Don.
Don't,
Yeah,
please.
and can you just let Don know that he hasn't invited me also?
Please.
Just throw that out there.
I'll just say sexist treatment.
No, there's no sexism.
I think
By the way, Emma Watson said that on her 18th birthday, the paparazzi were laying on the ground shooting up her skirt.
oh my God.
Christ.
That's horrible. Welcome to adulthood, honey.
Why, does that happen to adults all the time?
Well, no, just that they waited, so it wasn't illegal.
The only time I've ever done that is at Thanksgiving with my family. It's pretty horrific when you hear about what people like Chris do.
No,
I know.
I'm not a paparazzi. And they did actually eventually catch it. They did, which is really terrible.
Catch who?
They caught Emma Watson in a compromising situation.
I thought you meant the paparazzi.
So you meant that they got what they were after.
They eventually got what they wanted.
Now,
You're sick.
did we decide that Joe is the founder?
Yeah, I guess he's on the cusp, I
Here's
believe.
the deal. Less than half the founders, and this can't be true, identify as exclusively straight.
Yes.
What?
That makes straight people a minority already.
Yes, in this new generation. So not the millennials, but these youngsters.
These Minnesota fucking hipsters.
So yeah, this is like, I think starting at like 13 to like early 20s, less than half, it's 48% say I am exclusively heterosexual. I have zero interest in people of my own gender or any kind of trans, anything other than just opposite sex.
It's interesting. It's really, but I identify as straight. You guys know
You
that,
blew
right?
Charlie?
No,
Yeah.
so that's not so
Yeah,
great.
That means something.
You took him inside of you.
Vita,
This
what
is in
about
Italy.
I identify as straight.
you? But we'll still try the other stuff. Interesting.
Okay.
No, I don't.
So not exclusively straight, just a
Right,
little bit
identify.
straight.
Pretty exclusively straight.
You like to get a taste for yourself, is what you want.
Let's suppose you had a gun to your head. You had to be with a guy. Who would it be?
Ryan Gosling.
Okay. That tapped fast. By the way, it was a water gun. Most you would have got is your ear fucking wet. What about you, Joe?
I guess Brian Reynolds.
Ew.
Really?
But you guys know I'm straight.
No.
Yeah.
We know nothing about you other than you seem to be prouder of Minnesota every day. Now you're wearing a hat.
It's obsessed.
Yeah, I got a hat. My brother
Do me a favor, dude. You love it? Move back there. And
No.
stop fucking flying the flag here.
It's not every single day. There's some sort of piece of Minnesota. There's Minnesota facts.
It must be a great place. Move back there. Just go. You never had to leave.
Why do you? What's the point, man?
I like it here better, and maybe you shouldn't criticize when you haven't explored the country, Chris.
Oh.
What the fuck? That's hey, buddy, you moved here. You moved where I fucking live.
You know what?
What
Let's
did
settle
you call
this.
him? Big boy?
Let's settle this after school next to the bike racks.
Good.
Beat your ass, Chris Stanley.
I don't know if I can be there, though, because my dad's picking me up today.
Stay. Just tell him
I
you're
can't.
late.
My grandmother's sick, and we have to go to the hospital. Or I'd fight both you guys.
Push it off a little bit.
We can do it there, too.
Well, my fucking father's man, plus I'm wearing my good pants, so my problem is I'd only fight in jeans.
I'm taking my good pants off today to fight this kid.
I bet you would. Where is Rubio that he's in front of a maple syrup sign? It's the biggest day of his life tomorrow, and he looks like he's in a small store that sells syrups.
He's been there since the beginning of the show.
I know. He's out of his
For
mind.
hours.
He's trying to win fucking Florida, where I've never seen anyone brag about maple syrup in my life.
There's no way he's down there.
You know what they put on pancakes in Florida?
What?
Flounder.
Makes no sense.
Why? They're surrounded by water. Why not just try to come up with something?
Makes perfect sense,
Yeah.
Chris.
Maybe you've heard
haven't-
of a grouper sandwich, you fuck.
I've heard that.
You
but
dumb fuck.
come on.
Thank you, Gail. Thanks for backing me
got
up.
him.
All right, we got that son of a bitch. We got him good. We got the prick good.
Guess we'll try these fish and pancakes.
By the way, Artie's people want to know. Artie's fans want to know why you turned on him.
Yeah, really? Wow.
I love both, and I love both these men.
Then, now who's a founder?
Okay.
I'm a millennial, 64% straight. Those are the numbers.
That's not what it is.
64%.
You don't understand percentages at all, do you?
It's a landslide of heterosexuality over here.
That's how change happens, though, with kids.
I know, and it'll be. I mean, these kids are going to be adults in no time, and it'll be a whole new country.
Yeah. I mean, I don't get it. I graduated from high school with Bernie Sanders. Two of us holding hands. But these children these days,
yeah,
they are so just, they'll be with whoever.
Yeah, and it's not just that, but they also see the boundaries of the binary gender system completely differently than previous generations. So they're going to be adults, and America's going to be queer as folk, just like that.
Wow. Shocking.
Yeah. I'm ready for it.
Well, this is why Chris doesn't want to have kids.
Yeah, I mean, that's just going to be probably 20% straight by my...
Like, here's the thing. Any of the little kids in our family, any of your cousins,
yeah.
You think any of them are gay? Or all of them?
Probably all. Probably 100%.
They all seem gay to me.
Across the board. Most kids are gay. That's what I think.
Most kids whose mom takes them to a play date, I believe, are.
Yeah.
I think it's the lack of getting out that's made these kids so gay. And I think they see porn at too young of an age.
Yeah, they get bored of heterosexual sex too quickly. This could have something to do with it. And now, these are going to be the adults of the world, your new gay bosses. Yeah. I, for one, welcome our new gay overlords.
I call them gay lords. Yeah. Rubio just looks like he's in a coffee shop somewhere.
He doesn't know where he is.
He better try to get the gay overlord fucking boat for himself. That's the future.
No way they're going near him.
You don't think so?
No. I think the gay overlords are Bernie supporters.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
They feel safe with Bernie.
Why not? He gives them everything for free.
Exactly.
You know what? I realize I don't even know what Bernie's actual slogan is because all anyone ever says is feel the burn. Is that his official slogan?
Yeah. That's not a joke thing.
Really?
Yeah, he has feel the burn.
I thought it was I love the gay overlords.
Come on, Chris. We're done with that.
Oh.
God, Chris. What next?
I don't know whether you saw this. Rubio's getting involved right now. He had a big fucking falling out at his place.
At his rally?
Yeah, his rally yesterday. So just listen for a second. This is Marco Rubio speaking to a bunch of elderly people in Florida. Another word for that is just Floridians.
Well, most elections are a choice between a political party and another political party.
That's enough. I have to tell everyone the truth. Marco
Jeez.
Rubio is trying to steal my girlfriend. They met in New Hampshire, and she doesn't look at me in the same way anymore. I don't see any more love in the room.
We don't beat up our hecklers in our event, so.
He's a little bit better looking than me. That's true. But he's trying to steal my girlfriend. That's the truth. You guys should have go for it. You should go for it. He's trying to steal my girlfriend. She doesn't love me anymore. Fine, I'll stay. Fine, I'll stay. Fine, I'll stay. Let me just stay. You guys have to be. He's probably going to steal yours too. He has
Go.
It's creepy.
Here's what I want you to do. Listen from the beginning. Well, I'm sure it's just a guy who, he's a viral video guy or a wannabe comedian. But listen from the beginning and just picture it being Ted Cruz, because when I first heard it, I thought it was Ted Cruz.
Well, most elections are a choice between a political party and another political party.
That's enough. I have to tell everyone the truth. Marco
Jeez.
Rubio is trying to steal my girlfriend.
Doesn't it sound just like Ted Cruz?
It does. I think that guy's a plant, though.
In the same
By the Rubio Foundation?
I think he's he's on the staff, and they're trying to be like, look, we have controversy too, but it's like light and fun, and they just want to have a story in the news. Because if you think about it, Trump is all over the news all weekend about protesters. Even Bernie ends up in the news because they're saying they're his supporters.
Here's the problem. This thing looks so weak. Like no one's there, and the people that are elderly.
Yeah, it does. It looks very feeble.
The Rubio chant was very weird.
I know, because you're just fucking stealing somebody else's thing. It's like when you hear somebody stealing the Yankees chant. Like that, let's go there. And I hear that in the stadium. Like, what are you fucking doing?
Unoriginal scumbags.
Same way I see when someone throws fucking Gatorade on their coach. I'm like, why are you being a hack? What are you? You're supposed to be the Minnesota Vikings. If you love it so much, stay there. Don't fucking just walk around here every day shining Minnesota stuff. Go back to Minnesota.
Go back to where you came from.
Oh, Minnesota's great. Oh, the Vikings.
But it's great. Do it kindly. Be happy that you're from Minnesota.
How about the Twins?
Did you wear this much Minnesota shit when you lived in Minnesota?
I wore more when I lived there, yeah.
More?
He's a liar.
Tone
He's
it
a
down.
Fucking liar.
All right, Chris. Let's not start calling names.
No, I think that happens, though, when people move to New York. Suddenly you become Minnesota guy or Philly guy or Texas guy when you wouldn't have been that guy when you were home. No. That would be bizarre. Why would you
Texans
be that?
Call other Texans Texas guy? Like this guy, it's all about Texas.
But people do that in the city a lot because I think they want to hold on to their identity, much like a Canadian does in the U.S.
What he does, he's flying a flag. So if someone else is from Minnesota, he gets to talk to them because he misses them because he should have never left.
But when you're in Minnesota, you don't talk to other people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like that it only happens here. You would never do that anywhere else. Never.
It's kind of disgusting.
It's just a way of life, Chris.
All right, the thing that we've got to throw up, and this is, of course, another fucking Chris Stanley hack bit. It's the girl and her friend's tit do a face swap.
Yeah.
So Chris, being the fucking weirdo that he is, calls it a boob swap. But Gail, prepare yourself because this is, in my opinion, somewhat freakish.
Check it out.
So she...
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that fucking freakish?
It's so... Oh, yeah. Oh, the giant nipple.
But look at the mouth on the tit.
No.
That was disgusting.
I can't stop looking at it.
That's the type of laughter that only happens when women are together with no men around. You get that like very witchy cackle.
It is a witchy cackle, yeah.
Of insanity.
Well, that witchy cackle of just seeing a fucking tit on your face makes you so excited.
I prefer the giant nipple.
Now, is this funny to you, Chris? Is it erotic to you?
It's both. It's like it's funny and it's also kind of sexy because the breast nipple gets just so large.
I'll say this: it's neither to me.
Has anyone ever said the breast nipple? It's both funny and erotic because the breast nipple there is what I like.
You have pointed out that he's a fucking asshole. What do you have this labeled out on the iPad, Chris?
This is girl face swaps with her friend's boob. Not safe for work.
Really?
Yeah.
That's not. There's a fucking job that would get mad at you for this.
Come on, why?
Because of the areola, the boob nipple. The breast nipple is going to get people pissed off. You're in your cubicle. This guy sees a giant nipple on a woman's face and a face on a breast. They're going to freak the fuck out. Your ass is going to HR.
I don't think anyone would care.
I think I could work in the White House and no one would say anything about me watching that.
If that was a man's nipple, would you be
I will say
in trouble?
This.
No.
It's not erotic nor funny. It's neither. It is... It should be in a Carrot Top show, I believe. By the way, we are doing Carrot Top on Wednesday.
Yeah.
That's a Tuesday night Bonnie and Ronnie.
Yeah.
A mess. And then a Wednesday Carrot Top.
It's crazy. Back to back.
Carrot Top Unmasked is happening Wednesday, March 16th at 2 p.m. at the SiriusXM studios. Email carrottopunmasked@gmail.com for tickets. That's carrottopunmasked@gmail.com for tickets. Yeah, I found this very sexy.
Oh, you're back to it. You're just starting to hit it again after you got done your plug. Let me re-hit that. Perfect. Look, if there was actually a face on a tit, we'd all fucking never stop screaming. Call it and give the people the
My face is your tit.
My face is your tit, and your tit's my face. Cackle, cackle, laugh.
And now my face is the breast nipple.
We should go get blood pudding and show everyone this.
That's good.
Blood pudding and Beatles.
Sexy accent, too.
Mine? Thank you, Chris.
Weird. Very weird thing.
Such a millennial.
I am 64%.
You're founder all the way.
No,
You're born in the wrong time. Man, had a time.
Someone just wrote this to me. It's like Jib Jab. I forgot about Jib Jab. That was big in the early days of the internet, right?
What was Jib Jab?
Jib Jab.
I
It was like a little, I don't know. It was like a little fucking weird thing that they used to put up weird videos in the early days. Like dancing elves and weird heads and shit.
Was it like e-cards or something too? Like
I don't know about that.
I'm trying to remember.
I just know I forgot the word Jib Jab. I don't know how it got out of my life without me thinking about it.
Monster. This land will surely vote for me.
Dated.
Now take a look at how many hits it has now on YouTube.
Holy shit, 4 million hits.
There you go.
Jib Jab.
That's
There's a
jib.
shitload of jib jabs.
That's a jib jab for you.
I feel out of goddamn touch.
I think even some product used to advertise with Jib Jab, like a coffee or something. I can't remember. The internet it all changed so fast.
Jib jab Java?
Yeah. Chris is in the dark net.
Yeah.
All the time now. You're looking for, you said both porn and murder.
Snuff.
I've
So we
seen
like
it before. Yeah, there's snuff.
You seen murder
You've
on
seen
there?
snuff?
Yeah, I've seen snuff.
Chris, why would you look for that?
You know it's illegal, right?
Well, yeah, it's murder.
But for you to even view it.
Yeah, for you to see
It's
it.
between 10 and 15 years.
And not report it.
Oh, shit. I didn't know it was illegal to view.
Hey, remember
Why?
Doug Smith that was in the other day? We said we'd help him get picked up by some stuff.
Yeah.
The Blaze did a nice article on him.
Oh, very cool, Doug
Hell
Smith.
yeah.
Doug Smith is great.
Love the Doug Smith.
Got to love the Doug Smith.
Jib Jab. Turning tragedy into comedy. NYC subway hero uses laughs to recover from slashed face. Having a laugh, are we?
Having a laugh.
Quite a bit of a laugh there.
At my breast nipple.
My face is on your tit.
Love those girls.
Why'd you point at your own nuts when you said that?
I didn't.
You calling the girls?
Yeah.
I thought that was just for us in the room.
I'll tell you this. One thing I learned from this,
Yeah.
girls be crazy.
They crazy.
I said cray cray.
They cray. That shit cray.
And I also say a girl in trouble is just a temporary thing. And I'll leave it at that. It looks like more people are going for, as of right now, because Artie got off to a quick lead, but a lot of Gilbert fans are coming on. That might be because of Chris Stanley turning on Artie.
I never turned on Artie.
So you're leading that
This is a
group.
secret vote.
How can we all know it then? If it's
I
a
was
secret?
exposed. I was exposed. That's what happened. I love Artie. I just went for Gilbert. I want to see Gilbert in that Colonel
If you
outfit.
love him, you don't vote for someone over him. You're like, oh, I love my mom. That's why I give this other woman a Mother's Day card. Doesn't happen that way.
Because that's basically what you just did with your vote.
Every vote is a Mother's Day card, whether you like it or not. I forget who I'm voting for right now. I believe Rubio.
Yeah.
He's impressed me since I found out that he nailed that guy's girlfriend. Turned him into a fucking cuck. Well, it hurts my feeling that you're saying that we got fucking carnied on that.
I think that is the truth. I think they planted it to make him look like a cool guy and with a little bit of controversy.
Yeah, cool guy alert. That's it.
What do people like? When you fuck their girlfriend.
Seriously, dude. You're probably off the show after today.
No!
You don't fit in, man.
Come on,
you don't fit in.
I want to fit in.
It's a fucking smart show.
People like when you fuck their girlfriend.
It's a smart show, and you're not.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that there's some strategy meeting where that fucking phrase was said among Rubio's people.
We all got that.
Okay.
It's stupid.
I don't think so. I'm falling into this conspiracy. I like a conspiracy.
You know what?
Oh, good.
You're reminding me right now of Brian Wilson during the Smiley Smile album. You're fucking cracking up.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It wasn't meant as a compliment.
We should get sand in the studio.
Yeah. Well, why don't you try shaking your fucking ass cheeks? Sure, it'll all come pouring down. I'm sure it'll all come pouring down.
Why is it so sandy? It's not even summer.
Because he goes down to the beach and jerks off.
It's the only way I can come.
So fucking blunt. So blunt. All right, who wanted to ask the question of how to get out of stuff?
Well,
is that a worry for you?
Yes. Well, it's actually something I feel like I've finally mastered with age. Because I remember when I was young, when I could not or did not feel like doing something that my friends invited me to do, I would feel this tremendous amount of guilt. And there was this feeling of missing something. And then I would have to come up with a reason, a good excuse. I didn't want someone to think I was choosing something other than them, but it had to be. And now I am at the point of my life where I say, like, yeah, I can't do that. Just say that I can't do it. Or I will just simply say that I don't want to do something. And it's very exciting to finally be at that point.
Well, first of all, to really know that you mastered it is when you're saying, no, I don't want to come to your wedding.
Right.
I don't feel close enough to come to your wedding and sit there.
It's not appropriate for me to be there.
Second, no, I don't want to meet your friends.
Mm-mm.
Or family.
Especially. But I feel like it takes some time to get there. Or at least it did for me when I was young. I felt the need to protect them from the truth. But over the weekend, I could not bring myself to go to a dinner party that I was just not in the mental space to do. I just couldn't do it.
No, here's what happens, though. This is going to change life for you. Because after a couple no's, you'll stop being invited. And then people start to have second regrets.
Yep.
Like, oh, my God, I'm not part of the gang.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, this is what happens. I had a friend tell me that it is a healthy thing for you to lose friends. It's good for you. It's good to say, we have outgrown each other and we're moving on. Or you don't even need to say it. It just happens.
No, I've never said it.
And you have to, and then there's, no regrets. You move on.
There are times, though, that I do have regrets about not having a rearview mirror because I just don't. It doesn't exist for me.
Yeah.
I don't go back. I've had the best times everywhere I've ever been. But I hate nostalgia and I hate going back and doing Remember When. I'd rather do Remember When without anyone else.
I have friends who are that way where they hold on to the past, and I find it very difficult to catch up with them because all they want to say is like, you remember that time, this happened.
Why would I forget?
Yeah, remember this, remember that guy. Yeah, of course.
I have all my memories. Now, here, the thing is, when you really will become a Zen master of this, when you can say to people, no, I don't want to help you.
I have no interest in helping you. Now, Chris, if you were ever invited to something, would you feel comfortable saying?
Let's say at the morning mashup asked you to come to their wedding.
All right. For a wedding,
you don't see any of your old friends, right? They're sick of you.
Yeah,
this just happened.
Yeah, this is like my new squad now.
No, but what happened with your old friend? How long has it been since you saw any of your old friends?
Oh, months. It's been like 4 or 5
And they don't
months.
try to get in touch with you.
No.
Did they try for a little bit and then gave up, or
Pretty much, and then it was just like, well, this thing is over. for the
Do you
foreseeable
feel bad
future.
about it?
I mean, I got the new squads. I felt bad for a little while, but then I got this new squads. Now things are feeling better. You know, I'm like, all right, things are not so
Well, you're
bad.
running with a cooler squad.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah. It's a very eclectic squad. That's for sure.
That's Saxophone players. We got morning
It's
mashup
people-
hosts.
What you have right now is called single work friends. You're the way I'll be friends with someone on the road. Like, yeah, I'll eat breakfast with you. I don't know anyone else in Cincinnati.
This sounds good. I can't wait. I used to, I would just, when I was invited to things, just not, I would say, man, maybe I'll go, and then just not go. I wouldn't give a firm answer, but then people stopped inviting me because they know I'm not going to come anyway.
Right. So you're flaky
I don't
as
think that's
opposed
the
to
reason. I think they just stopped
Personality.
because they said, why were the last three parties better than the ones we had for years?
Now, I would guess that Joe and Vito are still at the age where you try to go to everything that everybody invites
Joe
you to.
and his fucking friends walk around in the same goddamn pace.
I'm still struggling with it, yeah. And my friends, as far as like trying to get out of events. Like, I don't want to go to a rave anymore. You know, I'm not
But you
past
can't even go on a date without your fucking friends being involved.
Well, if it goes bad, I need them there to, like, come up with an excuse. To say, oh, hey, Joe, we gotta do that thing.
And Vito, you're just a dude, bro, right?
Well, I try to get everybody to go where I want to go, and then it usually works out, or I just go home.
Oh, I had a friend like that.
But I like
every week. Pizza Hut, right?
Going to the Hut?
God damn it.
We meet at Pizza Hut. Hey, did you see the salad bar there? That's all you want. Plenty of nuts in it for some reason. I mean, I never get that many nuts at any other salad bar.
I had a friend like that where we would always complain, like, God, we always end up going to the parties he wants to. We always end up doing the things. We always eat what he wants to eat. But then the truth of it is nobody else wanted to make it a decision. So sometimes that friend, you resent them, but the truth is you guys would have never got
Somebody's got
anywhere.
to make a decision.
Somebody has to do it.
I hate if I'll even say something like, I'll take it down to where it's either or, right? Like I've taken all the movies and I put us down to 2 movies. And now you're saying you can't decide. And then the second I decide, you'll say something about the other movie.
Oh, but I did want to see that.
That's the weirdest thing. I'm trying to think of what comic I heard talk about it before, too. The 2 guys can discuss something and then just go and do it. But when you're with your chick, you guys fight over whether or not you're pulling into that next Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you'll say to the guy, pull in the Pizza Hut? Yeah. But if you say to your chick, pull in the Pizza Hut? Well, do you want to pull in the Pizza Hut? You got to fucking start on me? You can't just say yes or no. And it becomes this fucking crazy thing. It is true.
Yeah.
The 2 guys never yell at each other whether they go to Pizza Hut or Domino's.
Now, I can tell you when women are together, what happens is there's still a long conversation about it, but no fight. So we're willing to talk it out, be like, oh, I don't know, I had pizza yesterday. And then that person's like, well, I don't know, maybe we should. But like, there's no anger about it.
Yes,
we
because
just are aware that there's going
By
to
the
be a
way-
conversation with every decision we make. And then we make a decision and we move on. But there's no frustration.
But why wouldn't you want to take something from 10 lines to 2 lines? You know what I
Because-
mean? Like, isn't that progress?
Because everything is like open for conversation.
You understand
Everything.
why these young millennials are sucking dick now?
Yeah.
Because they could just comfortably go out
And you can
get a
say the
pizza.
same for the young ladies and trans ladies of the youth.
I was watching, I didn't see last night's, but a week before is Caitlyn Jenner. And the way she hates trans women is fucking through the
It's
roof.
ridiculous.
She's disgusted by him.
I don't understand. Listen, fine. Do what you want. Have the politics you want. You know, you don't have to change your politics because you have decided you are this gender. Fine. I will give you that. But then why do you preach that everyone needs to accept you if you are not an accepting person? I don't get it.
Well, everybody wants what they want. That's it. That's what people want. People want what they want when they want it.
Now.
Yeah, that's the way the world works. So when everyone said, look, I've thought about this, they're basically saying, I want what I want, and I'm stating it. Even if that means they're giving something away. it means they want to. Like if they say, I'm going to give my money to charity, that's because they want to do it. They're not going, I don't want to do it, but I'm going to give my money to charity. So they might think that they're better than everyone else, but they're just doing what they fucking want.
Right.
Nothing
And
else.
acts like that still give you pride, or they give you, joy from feeling that.
Yeah.
So it's still serving yourself in that way.
So when grandma gives you $200, it's because it feels good for her to give you $200. She wants to, and she's done what she wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
So that's no better than if she gives you no money. But she's still being selfish.
Yeah, she's just doing her.
Yeah. And it was like even when God, he created the earth and the heaven because he wanted to.
Yeah. There was no one there to make him.
And they couldn't if they wanted to. They couldn't make this fucking guy go.
Even though that's what they want.
And then what does he want us to do? Praise him, fall on our knees.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Now, here's the deal. If a human did that, everybody'd be like, what is wrong with that fucking guy? I got to praise him constantly.
Everyone is upset because Trump made everyone swear that they'd vote to him.
Yeah. And yet they have no problem with God wanting you to make up prayers about him like that.
They haven't even met him. They
You know
don't
what
even
I would
know.
say to Chris, just like, I'm God and you praise me.
Oh God, I love you. You're the best. Give me, I love you. I want you to feel good.
What does that mean? That's not a prayer.
Really strange.
You're being thankful for things, right?
Oh dear God, thank you for my family and my.
Hey, it was nothing. Seriously.
Oh.
You really don't even understand the power I have.
Really?
It's as easy to do that as blinking.
Just wanted to thank you for
And sometimes I blink and I give children cancer.
Oh.
So,
but why?
I never know what I'm going to do.
Not my children.
Why do you want to do that?
Because I just want to. It's a mystery. The things that I do are a mystery. That's why I ride around in the mystery machine.
Oh, it's pretty cool looking.
It really is.
Great van, God.
God's van is great. God's van is good. Well, more Cat Williams. There's no reason even to get into that, though. What do you think about this? The Punchline in San Francisco is only showcasing female headliners in March, right?
Mm-hmm.
So isn't that almost the exact opposite of equality? Wouldn't it be better if they just slept them in throughout the year than act like March is Women's Month?
Well, I guess that they should have them throughout the year, but the idea is then probably to have exposure for these comics who normally you don't see other places. Now they're featuring them, and then maybe the hope is that you will start to see them more often because they're giving them the headlining spot. But yeah, they probably should just do that all the time.
You should just have headlining comedians.
Yeah.
Without saying, what if you just said, all right, we're only going to have black comedians for the month.
Black
and then
History
that's
Month.
it. After that, we're back to white guys. And that's
Yeah,
separate but
1
equal.
month.
But even if it was half the year, just separate but equal with that. I don't know. I think things are done for the good, with
Right.
the best intentions. But I don't know how they do it in Minnesota, but Joe loves it there.
He loves it.
Similar.
By the way, I saw years ago, I had a white coworker,
Why do
say
you have
to
to point that out?
Well, I'm about to explain.
Oh, okay.
A white coworker.
Yeah.
Why's he got to be white?
I've only had white coworkers.
I had a white coworker say to a black coworker in my presence, talking about how they were going to organize something, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll just do it this way, separate but equal." And it was met with silence. And then she just kept saying, "What is that a good idea?" Or she was not picking up. It was a very weird thing to say. Separate but equal.
Let's South Africa this. Why don't we break right now? We'll be right back. Oh, coming up, William H. Macy, our friend who's, God, he's done the show so many times now, but this is your first time.
This is my first time meeting him, and I'm so excited.
He's actually one of my favorite people to talk to. Brilliant guy. Last time he was here, he was like, don't tell anybody, but I'm directing a movie. I just got the call 5 minutes ago.
Oh, man.
Like, I was the person that he called. He's like, as soon as I'm done with you, I'm calling my wife.
Oh, man, that's so cool. You guys are, like, really chummy now.
I don't know if I would say that, but I have met his wife. She's great, too. Never met his children, though. It's odd.
Weird.
I think I would. Right back, Bennington. Bennington Show. Couple big unmasked. Carrot Top unmasked and on prop. On Wednesday.
That's Wednesday, March 16th at 2 p.m. at the SiriusXM studios. You email carrottopunmasked@gmail.com for tickets. It's carrottopunmasked@gmail.com.
And then it's Bonnie McFarlane Unmasked. Her new book is fantastic. You're Better Than Me. And that book is going out to everybody in the audience. And then also a book signing after that. So we put Bonnie through hell.
That's our goal.
First, let me ask you every personal question about your life. And then, who did you date, Bonnie? Okay.
I'm going to be first in line to get my book signed.
Well, this entire night, I like to just step up and have a drink with Gail Bennington after, too.
Oh, nice. Do I have to have a new drink every time someone steps up?
Yeah.
Good boy.
Yeah.
And not going to be good.
Back to it. Alcohol poisoning that we haven't seen since our Christmas party. I was watching, it was the William H. Macy show last night. Shameless, his son in it, woke up in the hospital with a thing in his at 3.20. And I'm like, that's lower than Chris.
Yeah.
0.34. Suck it. Beat him. I win again.
Guess what? 335 is legally dead, they said.
Oh, God.
Oof.
So you're still dead.
You think?
I know so.
Is this all like my brain making this shit up?
No.
Okay.
Your brain could never do anything this wonderful. Your brain, seriously, couldn't come up with a Dixie Riddle Cup joke.
I did dream that Cam Newton was at a bar I was at last night. I woke up. I was hanging out with Cam. No, wait. No, I wasn't.
Gay ball. Gay ball.
At the gay ball, gay ball, gay ball.
Nope. I'm a millennial. 64%.
You know what?
It means. It doesn't mean you're 64.
I'm 64%
You know what
straight.
my fucking nickname for you should be now?
What's that?
Zsa Zsa Gay Bar.
I want to take you to a gay ball, gay ball, gay ball.
Well, that's really one of the worst songs
It's
ever.
one of the best songs ever. You pronounced best incorrectly.
I guess I did. Yeah. The way we say it, where I come from, sounds like worse.
I wanna take you to a gay bar. I wanna take you to a gay bar. I wanna take you to a gay bar, gay bar, gay bar. Let's start a war.
Why does Abraham Lincoln want to go to a gay bar?
He just does. Because he's so progressive.
Look at the things. Have Trump's actions or words led to violence? It's 50% say yes, 50% say no.
Fitty fitty.
Toss up.
50 Cent. Who was Chris's first band?
Detroit's own, Electric Six.
We should have played them. You know, we got to play some of that on this channel.
Yeah, I would love to.
Well, you know, after we got the big write-up right now.
Oh, yeah, we do.
It's from the vinyldistrict.com.
Vinyl District is my district. I like to say the Vinyl District sleeps tonight.
By Sean McGann.
We got to get Sean to step in one day.
I would love that.
Yeah, it'd be fun. Sit around and talk music since we can't with fucking Stanley. We obviously can't with Joe.
Not with Joe.
And why bother with Vito?
Just
Fist
simply can't.
pumping fucking Guido.
Hey guys, you heard the new Skrillex track?
Love
That's
it.
Vito.
You know, Vito's favorite song is called That'll fucking make him, like, seriously. Yeah! Pump that fist, feet. Did he just say pump that fist, feet?
I think he said fist feet. I don't
feet.
think that's
Feet.
what
Instead of
You
Vito.
can't make
But
your
you
feet
said
into
feet.
a fist.
But you said feet. You said pump
said
your
feet.
fist feet.
Pump up your fist feet in the middle of a young boy's cream.
Ew. Ew.
That's what you said, Chris.
Oh, God damn it.
Why are you so surprised at what you already said?
I'm going to bring that back to 62% then.
Stop acting like you're writing things down. Put the fucking pen down.
He fakes writing more than anyone I've ever seen.
I wrote 62%. Circled it.
Stop circling everything. Because you know what? He writes notes for himself, and then I see him walk over to the trash can and throw them out at the end of the show.
I tell him, bring them up to my desk, boys.
Boom. Hey, make sure you go check out some of these great videos on the iBank today. This is really funny shit, though. The Danny DeVito intro. We should actually pick what is our favorite.
Okay.
By the way, it's Pie Day today. So.
Oh. I didn't even know it was Pie Day.
Like, it's actually Pie Day?
3/14, yeah.
Oh.
Because of pie, and because of that. You didn't know about Pie Day? So, here's all the things it is. So, because it's 3/14, you can get slices or pies cheaper at a lot of different places.
Oh my God.
Like an apple pie or a pizza pie. Some of the people are doing it.
I didn't even realize Bird Day fell on Pie Day.
Isn't that crazy? And also Einstein's birthday today.
What?
That's weird.
That's fucking trippy.
And then also this is the anniversary of 9/11.
No.
How? I think I forgot that.
That's math and physics. Bum, bum, bum. So you should go out and get a piece of pie or have a slice of pizza today.
I'm going to do both. And then back to pizza and then pie again.
What I like to do, put a slice of pizza on top of my apple pie.
Sounds great.
Yeah. And then a slice of pizza below it.
Oh.
And then wrap it in bacon.
I love bacon.
Love bacon, love pizza.
Bacon flavored everything.
Just a
That's what I
regular
like.
You ever been to my Instagram? I just have so many pictures of ice cream, bacon, pizza, and then always write the same thing under it. Num, 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 num.
Bullshit.
What's going to be the next food that everyone, because it was bacon, then it was Nutella, or maybe it was vice versa, then it was pizza.
I feel very strongly about that.
Okay.
I have a feeling that peanut butter is going to make a major, major comeback.
Wow, that would be huge.
Yeah.
It doesn't get the respect it deserves.
Well, it's considered childish, but what adult doesn't like a little bit of peanut butter, you know?
Yeah.
Peanut butter cookies, peanut butter cake, peanut butter sausages.
That sounds good.
Take that.
Yeah, put peanut butter
Bet
in
you
it,
will.
is what I said.
Put peanut butter on it.
All right. What do you got?
Okay, I'm going to say the next big food trend, it's going to be the corn dog. It's going to be the year of the corn dog.
Corn dogs suck.
Wait, what are you talking about? You really don't like a corn dog?
I don't like corn dogs.
You don't like a corn dog either.
Despise a corn dog.
Is there anyone here who will stand with me on the corn dog?
I'll consider, Gail.
Of course he does. A Midwestern fucking rube.
Douchebag.
Fucking Carney's in town.
Piece of garbage.
Joe, what's the next big food craze?
I'm going back to the avocado. It's becoming more and more popular.
God, and it's got to be a junk food. Don't
Come
you
on,
see
man.
the thing?
You just fucking took something from us
Damn it,
10 minutes
no.
ago.
Shit. You're embarrassing me.
What do you got, Chris?
Marshmallow. People start freaking out over marshmallow. Marshmallow flavored everything.
You're dumb, Chris.
Write it down. You're an asshole who starts to bring out fucking shit we just talked about.
Oh, my God. Trouble in paradise.
Maybe understand what we're talking about in the room, Minnesota.
You know what I'd like to say? Trouble in paradise. I'd like to solve the trouble in paradise. Oh, good. All right, for $5,200, I'll take the brass bed for. All right, up to you, Vito.
Well, you know how like sriracha got really big for a while?
Yeah.
No. I think mustard's going to take over. They're going to do different kinds of mustards, like new honey mustards, new stone ground
here's the thing,
mustards.
no one's
like
gonna
a brown mustard.
Here's the thing, no one's going to be Instagramming mustard.
Right.
The peanut butter, the corn dog, all of these things.
The marshmallow.
Well, I don't know.
But would you have thought people were going to Instagram sriracha? And
They never did. They never did.
There was a sriracha craze, but I don't think it's at the level of the pizza bacon craze.
People said the sriracha plant was going to close, and that's all bullshit. That's for for a month. People were like, oh no, there's no more sriracha. Whatever.
It's all about the corn dog in 2016. Sweet 16.
I'd like to solve the puzzle, please.
Yeah.
Trouble in paradise.
Why does he keep saying that?
It's treble in paradise.
Those letters wouldn't even fit.
Let's see. For $1,700, I like the stereophonic jukebox. I know we've got to welcome William H. Macy to the show. Again, Tom Sharpling, congratulations.
Yeah, that was awesome. Tom Sharpling and John Worster on The Simpsons last night. That was the coolest.
It was so exciting, I felt like something happened to me.
It did feel that way, didn't it?
I felt like something finally went right for me in my life. So we do got a break first?
Yeah, we should single first.
All right. William H. Macy is next. Everybody watches Shameless, right? I think that goes without saying. So we don't need to plug that. All right, let's just play another game very, very quickly. Favorite William H. Macy movie? Gail.
Fargo.
Boogie Nights.
Fargo.
Boogie Nights.
And I'm going to take the cooler. The cooler. We'll be right back with William H. Macy. William H. Macy back in studio with us. How are you, my friend?
Excellent. Well, thank you so much. Thanks for having me back.
Well, you know what? You're already off to another great season of Shameless. It must just feel like you guys have got this thing down by now, right?
It's a well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed with the writers that they keep coming up with these seasons. It's just, I thought last season was maybe one of the best we've done.
Well, have you ever seen in any time in history that young kids grow into great actors on the show? I mean, first of all, it's so rare to be able to make that transition, but they're playing completely different parts than they were a few years ago.
Yeah, as they grow up, the writers are reflecting that. Yeah, there have been a lot of wonderful actors that have grown up on television. Sure is bizarre to see. When you see the opening credits, they're so little, they're so young.
They're just little kids, and now they're really playing, hardcore...
Yeah,
just scenes and parts, and well, they're pregnant, they're having sex with, they're stealing, they're shooting. It's amazing.
Yeah,
it's amazing.
I'm really proud of the way Shameless deals with sex. It is, it's a part of life. It's not overly glorified. It's portrayed as being fun and healthy, and it's good. I think it's good for us to have sex put in its proper place. And I'm also, I've been talking about violence on television. I like the way we deal with violence. There's not that much of it on Shameless, and yet it's realistic. I mean, they live on the south side of Chicago near the stockyards, the old stockyards. So it's a rough neighborhood.
But you also see the after effects, because there was a murder this year, and you get destroyed by it. It happens.
Yes. I get beat up. Me and Dermot Mulroney have a big fight, and I carried the scars from that fight all the way through about 3 episodes. I stayed beat up, and I think that's important that we tell the truth.
I think that's so interesting that you're seeing that more and more with shows like Shameless, because I think they have the ability to deal with violence better because you have that span of time where you're spending time with characters.
Yeah.
Where movie violence tends to be very quick, and then you're able to pop up and you have to move on with the story.
But even then, just think of how many times you've seen an action movie and the character never goes, "What did I do?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Could I have not done that and still got to that point? I mean, that's what happens in life. A cop shoots someone, and then they spend the rest of their life on a desk, and they're in therapy.
I know. Which is a dramatic story. I wish we told the truth more often about that stuff.
Yeah.
You're right, too, about television. It used to be an anathema to try to do a serialized TV show where you had to watch to know what was going on. Everybody wanted episodic so that you could watch one episode. And you couldn't give those kinds of shows away just 10 years ago. And now everybody binge watches. And it is astounding. I've binge watched a couple of things, and oh Lord, it's so overwhelming.
Yeah, they actually say it's not the best thing for your system.
Especially if it's Shameless.
But it does have that feeling of when you have control of getting to go back when you want to visit the characters again in the story, like when you're very obsessed with a great book and you can't put it down. It's great to have that ability to do it.
Yeah.
Even though we probably abuse it a little more than we should. But.
We were talking about, I talked to you about this before when it comes to violence. When I saw you in American Buffalo, and I took Gail, you were a young kid then, and there's one scene that is not a murder, it's just a physical scene, and it just rocks the room.
I know, you're sick to your stomach.
The room. Yeah.
It's, there is nothing more dramatic than someone being shot and killed. It's the most dramatic thing. But you shoot and kill 25 people, it's nothing. It's just pornography. It doesn't have any punch to it.
You know, the last time you were by here, you just got a call that day that you were going to be directing a film. You said, I can't talk about it yet, but just got off the phone, and you've done it now.
Yeah. It's called The Layover. It's in the can. I just finished the color timing. I don't know when it'll be released. It'll be finished in about 3 weeks, and then we'll try to sell it to a studio. And Sunday, I go to Georgia, and I'm doing my third film.
Wow.
So
it's called Crystal, and it's a film I've been trying to get off the ground for 10 years.
Wow.
And it's all fallen together.
What's it about? Why have you stayed with it for 10?
Crazy. It's a huge cast. It's farce in places. It takes place in the South, but it's farcical. It's got a little of that magical realism to it. It's a wacky story. The fact that I can't give you a synopsis of the plot might tell you why it's taken 10 years to get somebody to make it.
Because that's a tough sell, right? If you can't tell the studio in 2 lines what it's about.
It's true. Well, we'll see. I've believed in this. Rachel Winters, the producer, and she and I have been rolling this rock up the hill for 10 years now, her 12 years, and we'll see if we were right and everybody else was wrong.
I'm always curious, too, because so many actors that go on to direct as opposed to cinematographers that go on to direct. Is there a different angle that an actor brings to directing than a writer or a cinematographer would as they move over?
I'm sure. I think because I'm an actor, well, one thing my prejudice, as it were, is that if the story is great, you're 90% of the way home. And if the acting is great and the story is great, you're 99% of the way home. And I'm sorry, DP's all out there, but if it's beautifully shot, you're at 100%. But anybody, did you see the film? Yeah. What'd you think? Well, the cinematography is breathtaking.
Yeah.
Why go? Yeah. If that's what you lead with, why go? Everybody only wants to know one thing. What happens next? You just need a good story. Now, that said, the good DPs, boy, they tell the story. They're an active part in telling the story. My prejudice has always been turn the sound down. If you still know the plot, that's good filmmaking.
Sure. Well, because if the story is good and you're caught up in it, this is why theater works. You can sit there and have a park bench and a fake tree and everybody just believes it for some reason. Yeah. That's truly magic.
Yeah.
That happens.
And when it's good, it happens very quickly. Like you sit down, you're kind of taking in whatever that set is, and then very soon after, you completely lose it.
It disappears,
it's
and you're off. You're in the world.
But my initial thought is, this isn't going to work. Every time I go to theater, I'm like, uh-oh.
It's because usually it doesn't. But boy, when it does.
When it does, it's better than rock and roll, truly. It is that kind of thing that's just amazing.
We took the kids to see Hamilton last time we were here. It was a Christmas present for them. We flew to New York just to see Hamilton. The whole family was just gobsmacked by that production.
Yeah. It's always great, too, and it's only about once every 10 years that something on Broadway has the whole city talking and being crazy about, and people yelling, I don't care what you're paying, you got to go see it. And it's always a very good thing for New York when that happens.
Well, that's how hard it is, too.
Yeah.
To hit that target. It's really rough.
Yeah. Particularly, I think, with a musical. It's tougher for me, the musical. But I do love to be off Broadway, see a couple of kids, and have that night work, I think, is just, it's phenomenal.
There's nothing like it. You see one where you completely swept away, you'll go to another 20 plays trying to get
Isn't that true? Isn't that the truest thing? And it's always amazing, too, is that you see somebody young and you're able to go, I know that guy's going to work.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he's going to be Brando, but I know I'm going to know that dude the rest of my life. And it normally happens.
Also, there's something about seeing this lightning in a bottle. It's happening right there.
Yeah.
It's you and the actors. It'll never happen again.
Right.
It's in the eye of the beholder, and that's it. There's something thrilling about that.
Shameless is, which season are we in with Shameless now?
This is 6. We're going back to do 7 in June.
Going to do 7 and no idea how long or, because it almost every season feels like a new show. I think it has a lot to do with the kids and then also has a lot to do with how further you guys are willing to push everything.
We're going to do 4 more seasons. I'm announcing that.
Yeah.
It's unofficial, by the way. I don't know if I've told Showtime that, so maybe don't mention it. Yeah. And it has nothing to do with the fact that we're building a house. It's just coincidence. As long as the writers keep writing it, boy, the numbers are high.
Yeah.
They're up every year. I love the show. I could do it a lot more. I just love going to work.
And that's a competitive night now, too, Sunday nights. I mean, there's so much stuff on. Like, I'll think to myself, I gotta tape 4 or 5 hours of TV tonight.
Well, it's a golden age.
Yeah.
The best stuff being done anywhere is being done on television. The best writing, the best acting, the best producing, the best shooting. It's just stunning.
And now, not just TV, it's the web. Louis C.K. started to just shoot that little show, and the people that he got to show up and do it with it. It's stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning.
I don't fully understand these webisodes yet. I don't know where that's going. It's an odd, these little snippets, the 3-minute thing. I don't know. I think I'm showing my age there.
Yeah, it's the changes happen so fast. They happen so incredibly fast. But does it bother you less, Gail? Do you make a distinction whether something is on the internet or on TV?
Not really at this point. I feel like it's becoming one thing, especially with the episodic series that is so popular. I think that it's especially Netflix has kind of made that leap where you're not really sure if you're supposed to be calling it a television show because it's not on TV.
Right.
But it's at that same caliber, and it certainly.
But Louis was just on his website, and you see Alan Alda in the first episode, and he's crushing it.
Yeah.
Who else did he have on? It's amazing.
Jessica Lange.
Unbelievable. You see Jessica Lange is sitting at the bar, and you're like, and then she's sitting next to, stand-up comics, and you're like, how could this even be happening?
Steve Buscemi as well.
Buscemi is a regular. It's just phenomenal.
It's a great cast.
It's so democratic. That's one of the things I love about it, because anybody can shoot a webisode. You don't have to have such resources behind it.
Right. I always wonder if for them, the difficult thing is the people that aren't ready for it yet. Like when you were a young actor, you got to do a lot of theater that you're probably happy isn't sitting around being viewed today,
Yeah. I was talking about lightning in a bottle. Sometimes it's a fart in a bottle.
You like to take the cap off of that.
Yeah, it's a training ground. It's lovely. It's our 10,000 hours. If you one of the great things about being in a TV show is you get better as an actor.
Right.
You get a lot better, or you get worse.
Yeah.
But I wish I'd done a series earlier, because I really got a chance to do what I do. After the first season, Felicity said, "What are you going to do in the second season?" I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "You going to work on anything?" I said, "I'm not following you." And she said, "This is the kind of relationship we have." But she said, acting wise, do you want to pick something out to work on? And I thought, oh my God, that's right. I can practice, and I get well paid for it, and everyone in America gets to see it if they want. And I did. It sounds so stupid, but they say acting is reacting. Acting is listening. And it is so easy to pretend like you're really listening. I've got it down to an art. I can act like I'm hanging on every single word, and I'm doing my laundry someplace. I'm nowhere even in the room. And I thought, I'm going to really listen to people and see what happens. it's not a bad way to act. It's really something.
Well, that's the thing. The better you get at something, the easier it is to be lazy, right?
Yeah.
The easier it is to start and phone it in, and people will be okay with that.
Yeah.
And you can see even a lot of great actors where you go, man, why did they do their best work the first 4 or 5 years that they, had fame and had roles? And you could say that about a lot of great people.
You could say it about me. I phoned in some performances. Yeah. I just wish I could go back and do them again. And that's a double-edged sword. I mean, on one hand, in any business that you get in, there comes a time when you're first starting, when you give it 110%. But you can't sustain that.
Right.
I mean, we have lives to live. You grow older, you raise children, you buy houses, you have other things in your life. And then you have to figure out how to make it look like 110% while you're giving 80%. And then it comes back and you realize, this isn't enough. I've got to work hard. So it's the ups and downs of a career. And one of the things that Shameless has been great for me is that I've really been able to make it sort of my studio to practice things and to work harder. And plus, we're blessed with a cast that will handle your ass if you're phoning it in. They have ways of telling us.
And you have people that come in and out of that show, guest starring. That phenomenal.
Yeah, we have some great guest stars. I've heard our show is very serious, which I find funny. I mean, it's such an outrageous comedy, but it's pretty serious compared to other shows. I've only been guest stars on other shows, but we work hard at it. We really do. Boy, our cast comes prepared, and it all comes from John Wells. You could put a camera on them as they're getting out of their cars in the morning in the parking garage. They're ready to rock.
Well, it's like a movie a week almost, right? It really does have that kind of pacing. There's never a week of that show where nothing happens.
Yeah.
There's always a giant arc for somebody.
It's true.
On the show.
It's true. I give all credit to John and the way the show is structured. It's just a genius way. There are so many stories that they could tell. I don't think the writers ever find themselves trying to manufacture something for interest. It's culling. They got so many stories to tell. There's so many different ways they could go. They have to cull the thing to get it down to 1 hour. I directed one of these last year.
Yeah.
Maybe last year. Man, it's something. It's 63 pages in 7 days.
And the directing role on a television show is different than
it is
when you're doing a film.
It is. It has its own challenges and its own benefits, but it is very, it is collaborative. You have some input on the script, but not a lot. You have some input on the music, but not a lot. You have some input on the edit, but not a lot. When you do a film, especially an indie film, there's no one behind you. It's you. It's, there's no one. I guess on a giant feature, you have a lot of producers telling you how to do it.
But is that a strength to work with a team while you're directing, do you think?
On TV?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And a lot easier. I think I'd rather do the features because that's what I was raised with. But the directors who come in to do our show are so good. They are so good. They shoot it very well, and yet they do it instantly, and they give the editors everything they need. It's really impressive what they do.
Well, you've played a director in a film as one of the worst people in the world, just carnying everybody gets carnied by him through the entire movie.
You're talking about State and Maine?
Yeah, it's just
Dave Mamet's script. Oh my God,
so funny, and just an incredible lie after lie that he's lying on to everybody he works with.
Well, Stanislavski said, "You'll never see better acting in your life than a director trying to explain a moment to an actor," because the director is completely unself-conscious. He has nothing on his agenda except making himself clear, or herself. And I've seen directors when literally it's Armageddon all around them. People are quitting. People are refusing to come onto the set. And the director is completely focused on getting the shot.
Yeah.
I've seen directors go from the last day of shooting to the hospital.
Right. It's I was on a big set this year for the Ghostbusters movie, and because I know Paul Feig, and I was stunned how he was this quiet little thing in this massive shoot. And I literally remember I just wanted to stay away from him. I just did not want to take a moment of any time that he met, because I thought, how can he do this?
It is amazing. I mean, it's been one of the gifts of my life to take up directing at this point in my career. I have never, I haven't felt that alive in 25 years, 30 years. It's overwhelming. The President of the United States has a tougher job, but I can't think of anybody else. Now, and it doesn't matter the size of the budget.
Did you realize that when you were a young actor? Did you realize that, the director had that kind of pressure on him?
No, I was a jerk. Now I have such sympathy for directors. You see a bad movie, young actors, they go, they should be shot. They should take away their Screen Actors Guild cards. Now I realize nobody makes a bad movie on purpose. They do everything they can to make it good, and no matter how misguided it might be. I'm very sympathetic, and I think anytime I'm working with a director, if the director's in trouble, I just want to be part of the solution. I want to do it in a way that no one sees it, but if I can offer up any help, I just want to be part of the solution, because, boy, it's a tough job.
Well, I think part of aging and wisdom is knowing that you're in service. You just are there to make any situation, whether it's professional or personal, a little better.
Yeah.
You don't realize that when you're a kid at all.
It's one thing you learn quickly as a director. If you have a stupid person on your crew, if you make them frightened, they get stupider.
Yeah.
So you got two choices: fire them and replace them, or make them feel comfortable, because making them frightened is just going to get worse.
Well, it's always great to see you, my friend.
Thank you.
Only 4 years left of Shameless.
Only 4 years left.
That's it. Right. Sundays, 9 p.m. on Showtime. I'll see you next time coming through.
You bet.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!